family? What's popping, fellas?
Let's go with y'all, man.
What's going on?
All right. Shake my hand. Yes, sir. Let's get straight into Summer Madness talk, fellas. You guys were in the building, all three of you gentlemen and stuff. Nitty and Ace. Smo, talk to me, man.
Great battle. Ended up kind of setting the tone almost too high for people to reach, man. I thought you get a perfect performance from both sides in terms of the fact Nitty, I think, has always been lacking like that standout SM performance. So you get that on his side. And then for Ace, I think he sees the moment as a lot of people did from his from the UM1 class and the underdog side in general in the night. To me, it was battle of the night. I had Roman the first 2 rounds. And I see people like getting from the third. I personally have Ace the third, even though it was indirect, man. That was a special round, might be one of the best rounds of his career. So mission accomplished for us all.
Lang, what's good?
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. That battle was amazing in the building, and I can only imagine what people were thinking on camera. Like, there was a surprise factor, right? Because a lot of people felt like Ace was an underwhelming underdog, and I feel like it showed why he belonged there. And furthermore, I think he established the case that he very well could be a top tier in this game. So I really enjoyed that battle, and I enjoyed the fact that Nitty took it with 100% effort, which he showed in like his material. You know what I'm saying? So that was a great battle to watch live, and it was also great on the live back too.
Blac.
First of all, shout out to Smo, shout out to Lang, shout out to the great 3-letter man. You know what I'm saying? That's what putting in pain. God dang, you know that you him, right? Come on, 3, don't do that. You're him, 3. Don't do that, 3. I'm just saying. You feel me?
Listen, I always say this. I appreciate you and Ace Amin's relationship. I know you guys are real cool off the battle rap thing. I thought the brother did phenomenal. And to me, you want to say he lost, but did he really lose, Blac?
Nah. First of all, we argued. He said his third round was very direct, at least the first half. So the insanity was the third, right? I got it mixed up with the second for some reason. You know, that's what happens when you wavy in the building a little bit. But and I think Nitty's crew is insanity, apparently. So even if you want to go and be nitpicky, that still was a great round, substance-wise, material-wise. Even in the first and second, I feel like for the most part, Ace had a really complete battle of the night. And people want to use the excuse, oh, they went first. I don't care if they went first. They could have went third or fourth, and I feel like they would have had damn near the same impact. They had good material, good content, good substance, haymakers, bars. If you put that Lynn bias in the fourth battle, what happens? What happens? If you put the sweet shit, you put that in the fifth battle, what happens?
It still hits.
Exactly. A lot of other battles on the card did not have that, so let's not use it as, oh, they went first. I'm going to cry. Come on, man. The stuff happens. If stuff happens in the first or the fourth, it's still the crowd's still, I'm still going crazy. Come on, man. Y'all bugging. But shout, Nitty is Nitty. So I'm giving a lot of praise to Ace because Nitty is Nitty. Salute to Nitty. We expect this. If he don't do this, Nitty messed up. If Nitty comes with a beat, man, it's not. But he came with his A game as usual, no matter who he battles. Young Grizz, this guy, shout out to EK. I expect the same versus Jazz as well. I don't expect nothing less. It's Nitty. But I want to say Face I mean, having this good performance, the fact that he has charisma, and I would say, in fact, the outside of the ring is going to help him, propel him to be the top tiers. He can sell fights. Here's the big takeaway. He sold the fight with no trash talking for real. They was buddy the entire time. So if he can do that with to get a battle like that with Nitty, and he can do the other side, like I can piss you off. Oh, it's lit. Ace trajectory is going up. It's going up.
Smo, is Nitty the best puncher?
I mean, I feel like that goes without saying. That's been a title, but I think even more importantly, specifically over the last year, I think the pen game is really more all around than ever. I think he's always had the creativity, but I think he's taken a lot more with, a little bit more on the speed side, a little bit more of like elongated concepts, not just punching every two. And I think it's showing. I think the price connected. I mean, he's always connected with people, but I think now more than ever, there's so much appreciation because on the puncher side, he's getting a lot of love. All around him, he's as detailed as ever, man.
Did he sound distorted?
Who? I thought he sounded fine to me. Am I bugging?
I thought it was bugging. Okay. So what we doing with this acting real sick?
Okay, so I mentioned this on Black's recap the other day, and it said that like some things can be invalidated mid-battle. So I'll get this out the way. I had Real Sick taking the first. I had a really good first. The second, Real Sick had a solid first, but a beatable one. I liked it second until the third round happened. I didn't like it no more. I have Real Sick 3-0. I wanna credit Real Sick first. I feel like he handled business. He improved from last time that he was in Houston on a big stage. He angled really well, and I feel like he kind of walked this down throughout the entire battle. He had a lot of good approaches, a lot of good lines. I want to credit him for that. Now, Diz, on the other hand, just read the room. Like, learn from your other experiences. Learn from, the things that we've had open grievances about and just build off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even outside of what he did in the third, which is a whole other commentary that we can have, I'm just saying from the standpoint of what we told you and kind of gave you a blueprint of how you could, perform in the URL stage in that crowd, and you abide by it in the second round, but not in the first and third. I don't know what is lost, but I don't know. But shout out to Real Sick doing his thing though. I really, really liked his performance.
Black. How serious was Black in the building?
I think that was probably top 2 or top 3 boos I've ever seen in a URL building. Big stage building like that. They would not let him finish. Shout out to ORED, right? ORED, 2-on-2, double impact. It was worse than that. ORED had a chance to finish this and tell his story. Diz had nothing. They wouldn't let him utter. I said, and then boo! If I want to get boo! Boo! They started booing that man ridiculously. And again, but my question to y'all is, okay, if we're going to unpack this, I don't know if you want to unpack this now or you want to.
Let's go.
I mean, his Twitter responses and saying like he shouldn't really be receiving what he's receiving. They thought they said this when he was trying to tell his story, and he wasn't going to say that.
I'm sorry, like it really doesn't. And then what struck a chord with me, and I mentioned this before.
It's actually a question. That's all good. We're unpacking it. We're unpacking it.
Some people will call it a sympathy round. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that he talked in the face off about having to get a lot off his chest. And I guess he wanted to get this story or whatever. But there's plenty of ways to deliver it. You know what I'm saying? You can make it connect to the battle you're up against. You can point to a certain story that kind of is encapsulates the overall like concept of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
My issue with what he said in the third is because one, he already knew how we felt about him saying that, and two, he went on record saying like you guys are probably going to be mad about what I'm about to say next. So that kind of showed you what his mindset was, and that's why I didn't appreciate it. If you knew how we were going to feel about it, then why would you go ahead? Like there's other things you could have said. Like there's other slurs or whatever you could have said to kind of encapsulate like how degrading it felt for you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other ways you could have did that. That's what I don't appreciate. Like he acknowledged the fact that he was going to be upset about that and did it anyway. So there's no excuse.
Are you surprised Small comfortable? Real Sick love that?
Nah, I mean, you figure after so many battles, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, that's the part that naturally comes through as a professional. You know what I'm saying? Is that the material is always there. We know what he's great at. And you build up what you're either not so great at or not perfected over time. I will say, as we hit the second and the third, and listen, I'm big on winners and losers. If you win, I'm not going to give you too much critique. That's what the name of the game is. I wasn't impressed with second and third, though. I thought he almost left himself open for a reason. We're talking about the second.
In the second, he definitely have to open up to me.
Being close, and I thought his third was better than his second. I think his third is a good round, but his first is the only round where I'm like kicking his ass. And you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a battle where it was kind of a layup for him to do that. And as for Diz, I mean, Even the third is ridiculous, disrespectful. But his third also was not good. It wasn't good leading up into that either. The Nobu run was not good. You know what I'm saying? And the first,
no boo.
Even aside from that, that'll be the story of the battle. But the first and the third, even if we take out that egregiousness, was about what some people predicted up there. You know, so I was even surprised the second ended up as good as it did. So Sick got a clear win. I would have liked it to be a little bit more dramatic, but I'm never going to be like, oh, you should have won by more. A win's a win. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sick.
Well, I want to go back to that. I want to go back to that third round with him saying what he said. Let's just say, I guess, you know, we're media. You know what I'm saying? We don't get in the ring. You don't respect what we, you know, for the most part. But I think he does. Shout out. I've met Diz in person probably 3 or 4 times at this point. It's all love. We shake hands. But let's just say you don't take into account what we said. There's an interview, 15 Minutes of Fame with Real Sick. Real Sick is telling you like it is respectfully. You're like, yo, we're not supposed to do that. It's simple as that. They called me that too. I would have probably did it a different way, but you should have like basically read the room and see what would have happened. You're in Houston. You're in Houston. And I think, you know, again, us fans don't know what we're talking about. We don't know what the fans want as fans. That's what they would say, right? So it's your job to be accurate on that stage. It's your job to know kind of what's supposed to happen, what's not supposed to happen, what you're supposed to do to have a good performance. When we see this is like the ring IQ, where's the ring IQ?
Well, let me ask you guys a question right quick, because I spoke to Wilson yesterday, right? He told me, this said it himself on 15 Minutes of Fame, that he told Real Sick if he gets booed, he wants a rematch. To me, Blac, Lang, and Smo, you going to the battle, you're going to tell you you're going to lose. You're going to get booed.
3, don't get me started. 3, don't get me started.
Say WWE, you go on the next pay-per-view and compete for the title again. You know what I'm saying? This
don't get me started, 3.
You don't need that.
You want to get me started? So 3. Where else you gonna battle Sick?
GTX or King of the Dot?
GTX.
King of the Dot.
King of the Dot. What does that mean?
He's more comfortable. I think this is more comfortable in a small stage. He's not a big stage battle rapper.
Oh, okay. Is the Houston crowd or just 1,000 plus, 1,200, 1,500? Would you say the difficulty is at its maximum? This 3. You started this. This is what you wanted, 3. So if you say that the difficulty is at its maximum, right? You're saying you want it on an easier setting. Is that what you're trying to imply, 3?
It comes up to me. That's how it relates to me, sir.
You said it. I didn't say. I was asking questions.
This is how it relates to me. If you tell your opponent, yo, if I get booed, we gotta have a rematch before the battle.
Then my thing is, it's like, even if you want the rematch, us knowing that now is going to deter us from what you have to say the next battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Real Sick actually used that as a talking point in the battle. Like, you knew I was going to beat your ass before, so this is why we're doing a rematch. Like, this doesn't help. Doesn't help at all.
Wow. 0-3 on URL? Big deal or no deal?
It's a big deal, but I don't think...
It's a deal.
I think it's a big deal.
I will say it's a big deal if you're shocked. I don't think it's no talking point. Like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a deal.
He's an emphatic 0-3 and was predicted to be 0-3, which is not good. We're not gonna act like it's good, but it's one of those things where we're not sitting here shocked. You know what I'm saying? We predicted it that way for a reason. So.
Listen, shout out to Real Sick real quick. We beat 2 Mount Rushmore dudes. I had to beat Arsenal and now this. So I want to shout that out to Russell.
I say it's a deal because, and probably not a big deal, like you said, Smo. We predicted like people, the majority of the world had a Real Sick going into this battle, but to me it's a deal because you see guys like, rest in peace to the GOAT Pat Stay. Pat Stay can perform here, anywhere you put him, he can perform. So if you want to be of that level, if you respect him and his accolades, you want that same thing. So he in the face-off, he's saying, yeah, it's important for me to, be on the SM stage for my career. Well, I'm pretty sure it's important for you to be received well too, right? Or even take a W or a classic battle. And I feel like this battle wasn't that. So it's a deal for me.
Shotgun, Suggs, Fonz. I was wrong. Blac, Lang, Smo. I thought Suggs was gonna win that.
I was wrong.
I was wrong as hell.
Lang was the only person that's right. Yeah. Lang was.
But this looks bad. This looks very bad.
I'm just the only person that's right. It's a prediction. You're the only person that was right. It's okay.
Here's the thing. I thought that Suge was amazing in the second round. I thought what really threw off his momentum is the first round. I feel like the first round is the thing that threw off his momentum. I feel like if he had caught the same momentum they had in the second, then the battle would look so much better. I felt like Fonz was more consistent. My prediction was I had Fonz 2-1 just because I felt like Suge is going to outmatch Fonz in terms of, in terms of energy, in terms of performance, in terms of stage presence and stuff like that. But I think that Fonz learned a lot from the Danny Myers battle on Summer Madness, right? I went on record saying like that is the performance he's going to learn from, and I think he incorporated some of what he learned into the Nitty battle. So I've seen a trajectory of him like incorporating the stage presence, the pacing, like in terms of how you rap on a big stage, how you project on a big stage. My thing was I just felt like Suge has gotten better in his material, right? But I still think that like Fonz was a better writer, and I thought that like line for line, he was going to eventually catch up to those peaks. Like you could argue that Suge had bigger peaks in the battle, maybe, if you want to just talk about the second round. But I'm leaving the battle thinking about all the lines that Fonz is saying. The whole football scheme that he had in the third round, immaculate. And how he ended it with the one thing straight, your I formation, and then even before that, he had the how do you name a shotgun if you stay in the same pocket? Like he had a lot of great lines. And one thing I was saying,
pistols.
Yeah, like one thing I was saying that I feel like in that Houston crowd, they're really receptive to punchers. Like they like the line for line stuff or whatever. Not to say they don't like content, substance, or whatever, but like if you use the right references and if you're like consistently punching at a high rate, they're really receptive to that. And I feel like Fonz momentum from beginning to end was great. I had Fonz 2-1. You could argue the second because the second is close. Like I don't think that Suge walked away with that round. But nonetheless, I feel like Fonz again showcased what he's learned, and I feel like he's always made a leap in progression each year. Like from 2020, 2021, 22 to 23, he's shown that he's adding more and more to his arsenal. And I think he's also showing that, like, again, I do more than punch, like which he says is the slogan. Like it wasn't just like regular punches that he had. He couldn't. Well, his scheme was conceptual. You can even argue that like some of the punches he was made was tailored around some of Suge's situations that he's went through as well too. So shout out to Fonz for also graduating the top tier, because that was another guy that we said needed a win on SM against a guy that's established on that platform, and he went and did it. So shout out to Fonz.
Smo, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I thought it was a 50-50 coming in. I thought this and Roc and Av were the hardest battles to predict. Because I feel like when there's motivation from both sides, people have been talking crazy. Like that self-motivation is what's going to get you the most contested battles. And I got to say I was wrong, man. I wanted to see Fonz master the stage before I predicted against him. I will say Suge was much lighter than I thought. I thought his second was great. His first, the stumbles were killing him 2 bars in. I'm like, you finished before you started. You know what I'm saying? So he stumbled through the first. I thought his third, he's got the dunk to kind of cap it off, but I even thought his third lacked some real consistent material as opposed to Fonz, who punched him out, man. First and third clear. Second, as we said, is debatable.
Smo, do you think that shit know he down 0-1 going into the second? Yes.
Yeah, clear. And I see what Suge talking about. He won the first 2 rounds, and it's a lie. It's a productive lie. I'm not mad at no battler going out and being like, I lost clear. Lie forever. You know what I'm saying? But we watched it, and we know what the 2 runs were. I don't think it was even like a real bad show. It was light. I don't think it was bad. His second is great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his third isn't. It's solid, but it's not enough for that type of match. And obviously, it meant a lot to Fonz. It meant more to Fonz, and he kind of proved that. And I think, like Lang, I think this is where top tiers are made. And I know I got a little bit of pushback as to about a few guys I thought might have made that case after the card, but with Fonz specifically, I'm not really going for that. I think at this point, he's got enough top tier wins in a fairly big room. He had a great battle with Nitty. I had him losing, but a debatable battle in my opinion. Now you got Suge out of here on the big stage, got a couple wins in the middle, like Red, Mac. He's got moments, 1 beat so I think at this point the case is making itself, and I'm happy for him, man. And I'll say for sure, which I think Lang will agree, when he hit the I formation punch, we could debate what bar of the night was, all that. But in terms of the building literally moving, like people around me losing their mind, I don't think that there was more chaos. Except, I think that bar shook the building more than anything I heard that night. And it was 20-25 references leading up to that about football. So it seasoned the moment to the T. He could not have done more that night. And I'm overly impressed with Fonz after SM.
And again, about that round, that third round, and what me and Smo were talking, because we were front and center, like front row in the middle. We were like, okay, it could be 1-1. This is where top tiers are made. You have to close out. Like this is where the veteran puts pressure on the young guy, and they have to find a way to grab the battle, right? And he delivers this third round, and we're just like, there he goes. And that's the same situation that happened in another battle that we're going to talk about later in terms of like seizing the moment and closing out. Like we're gonna talk about that a little bit.
Can I ask you a question? So in the building, shotgun shit around. First thing we learned was 30 rounds. I didn't think the building crazy. When Shook said
No, it did. But I feel like in terms of like, you got to think like when Fonz was doing the football team, every line was hidden. Every line was hidden. So we're like, oh my God, that was crazy. Oh my God, that was crazy. By the time he gets to like the I formation, we are like, oh my God. Like it was a momentum thing from like one line all the way to the end of the game. But Shook had a great second. The second was shaking the room consistently for sure.
I mean, they pretty much broke everything down there, man. This is what I'll say. Hopefully this doesn't offend anybody, but it is what it is. I appreciate how DNA was able to jump on Twitter and say, hey, he was the better man. And what I say, you know, I'm contradicting myself a little bit because I feel like as an MC, you should be like, yo, I want everything. I want everything. But sometimes you watch that and it's like, it's damn near clear. Or it is, I mean, first and third is clear to me, man. Salute to Suge. Spoke to him prior to the event. But like I said, I call it down the middle. I ain't speak to Fonz at all, other than the face-off. I talk to Suge. You think my allegiance, they say that's how we say we are, right? Our allegiance is to this. Nah, I think you should hop in that DNA bag and just say, yo, Fonz better man that night. The same. I feel like even like Smo said, the top of the first, stumblation, a little bit turbulence, and like how he ended the round, I feel like the confidence wasn't completely there. The confidence for me was only there like the top of the second when he realized, like you said, he was down 1-0. The consistency from Fonz from round 1, 2, and 3. What are we doing? This is clear. I don't know what else to say. This is clear.
Too, the marching with the sticks, moving around the stage, bumping Sugar around. I mean, I know when we see punchers, no matter what people see, they're just gonna call him a puncher. And Fonz is still a pure puncher right now, but that performance had way more than that. Scheme.
Is that a
performance? Angle punching. Like I thought that he was really, really well rounded for his guys.
Is being called a puncher a bad thing at this point? Because it's starting to seem to me like being a puncher is actually synonymous with winning and understand what the fans.
No, that's what I was going to say. Like most of the punchers win the tournaments. And another thing is, I feel like if you're the best in a category that everybody's supposed to like, you know, have a handle in, that just furthers your point of how great you are. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing with like having like the best pin. Like everybody has a pin in battle rap, but if you just have the best pin in battle rap, that just accentuates the fact of how great you are and how elite you are. But to Smo's point, like Fonz showcased a lot more than just his punching ability. Even the T-Mac rebuttal, oh my God, that was crazy too. Even with the performance of that and just rebuttaling on the spot, he did it a couple times actually. I was just really, really pleased with how, you know, Fonz just added more to his arsenal in this battle.
Yeah. Fonz, I gotta give you my props. My bad, sir.
Yeah, my bad too. I had Suge like clear.
Just keep doing that.
Right.
All right, Terrence Crawford.
All right, fellas. Next battle: DNA, Jerry West. Another one I got wrong. I'm gonna keep it up.
I got wrong too.
Yeah, I want to start off and say that all of us, and then again, I was the one to ask Jerry at the face-off, like, "Yo, you've gotten top tiers before. You called out Smack 2019, 2021, and 2020. They gave you all these top tiers. You can debate how many he beat or whatever, but for the most part, it didn't end up well for him, right? I asked him if this is the biggest battle of his career. He said, yeah, and he showed why it was. He was incredible, man. Like I thought that. Let me get this out the way. I thought DNA was good in the battle, but like Jerry had a lifetime performance in this battle. Like it's just like the best performance by far, with everything considered. The most impressive,
sir. He was the MVP.
Absolutely, performance of the night. Absolutely. And the most impressive thing about this is, well, I'm gonna get this out the way. Also, I had Jerry taking every round, and that's no slight to DNA. I thought DNA was really, really good. But for me, I was really impressed when, Jerry in the first round does the and one situation, right? DNA gets the ball back. I'm like, okay, this is where the battle turns. This is exactly where the battle turns. He does 3 rebuttals, like
Breaks
shakes
the
the room.
building.
And then he has a good second after that, right? Jerry didn't fold it. He had an even better round in the second, and he closed out beautifully in the third. And how did all his antics hit? Like, all of them hit equally the same for the most part. He had the N1 situation, he had the shit like that Don DeMarco situation, and he had the Scorpio situation. So I'm just like, all of them hit. So I was just,
Can
I
ask
don't
a
know.
question real quick? If your DNA, you feel the way about the market and shit like that.
Yeah, you do. I'm sorry.
Jerry's getting this is what Jerry does. I think we were talking about in the face-off. So I'm sure once you're down 0-1 and that happens, I would be especially mad. You know what I'm saying? Like in the moment, you'll be like, look at this. You got basketball, DJ playing sounds. But the thing about Jerry, the flip side of that, still probably running. You know what I'm saying? Like bar for bar, line for line. It's one of the better Jerry performances you're going to hear. I know that early in this year, I felt like a lot of people thought he leaned on the props. I kind of used to say too. I felt like that would be the one takeaway moment. He'll be just a little more bar for bar. But ever since the return versus Castro, in terms of just like landing punches, creative lines, it's very visible that he's improved in that. And that's probably the biggest thing I took away. It adds to the props as opposed to that being the story of the battle.
I don't think the props was definitely not the story of the battle, but I feel like if he didn't have the props, it'd be more of a debate. I felt like the props was the thing that, like, okay, it's close, but not like the second round, right? That's the Don DeMarco round, right? Once he hit those 2 joints, he got the round. And then him being able to, rap good after that, he got the round. So that's what I think it was. But in terms of should DNA be mad? No. Remember I did a review for Little Lux and Calico, like, you know what I mean? It's SM, the big screen. It's like, maybe y'all should find out if y'all could do things like that too. And you think about it with Jerry West, he's coming with that. You got to find your own antics as well. And I think the next person that battles Jerry West on a big stage is going to probably smacking him with antic and prop after prop after prop. With Jerry West bringing 3 props, you're going to get prop back. That's what I think in his next battle.
Scorpion. He had 2 people dressed up as Scorpion.
Yeah. This man had 2 Scorpions. Don DeMarco. I said the front cover should be Don DeMarco, the basketball, 2 Scorpions, and then Jerry West. That's the front cover for Champion, right there. There you go. You got it.
And one thing I will say to that point about like the antics not making this performance good, like his lines himself were really good. Like the came from China, went to Houston, Yao Ming.
Yeah, fire.
He had a lot of great bars. The wrestling scheme was crazy. The you suck. That was ridiculous.
Wait a minute. Time out. Respectfully, I'm going to cut your wisdom off. Why is Jerry West got better wrestling bars than DNA?
Yeah, I mean, DNA had a couple good wrestling lines, but not Jerry had like the best ones of the battle. 100%.
Smo, did he graduate last night? Did Jerry West graduate to you, sir?
Me personally, I'm one of those that when it comes to that like top tier status, I like to see guys get there. I personally think he did. I actually put out a Twitter poll about a week or 2 ago, and I just wanted to take temperature. I said, Jerry West clears DNA. Is he top tier? And it was 40% no and 60% yes. So I saw some people were still in the middle on it, but he didn't just clear DNA. In my opinion, he clearly 30 DNA. I think every round of this battle, he won clear. I think the second is the closest, but this could have close does not mean that it's not clear. And even now at this point, we could say that he's a Danny clear, DNA, debatable with John. I think he's got enough big stage moments. I think this could be that crown of Jerry fan.
What we got? Is that Jay Blac in the building? What's going on here?
Of course, we packing out. We good.
What's up, Jay Blac?
I know what's going on. When Smo is talking, right? Let's try to be on mute because for whatever reason, brother Smo thinks I distorted a little bit. I think we're on mute.
Okay. I mean,
Mr. France, sir.
3.
He was in the building. 3. He was in the building.
Champion. Shake my hand. 3. Shake my hand.
Talk to me. Nigga Jerry West, man.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? My man Lang in the building. You know what I'm saying? LTBR's own Smo. You know what I'm saying? We got France here.
Champion's own Smo. Salute, man. Contract signed in the elevator. But go ahead, though. Go ahead, though. We got witnesses too, but it is what it is. Shout out to Smo. He's champion now.
I got a quick break from work, man. What we talking about, my brother?
Prince, we're talking about DNA Jerry West right now, sir. Floor is yours.
Listen, man. The upset happened. I definitely didn't think Jerry West could do it. I never bet against DNA, but anybody that knows me has known I've been a long-time supporter of Jerry West, and I abandoned the ship. I'll admit it. You know what I'm saying? I abandoned the ship, and if you tell me Jerry was coming with a prop every single round, all right, a basketball, Don DeMarco, DJ Danny Ocean unlocking the cheat code for him, and what was their prop? Mortal Kombat. Like, is this what else am I supposed to do? What else am I supposed to do?
Can I ask you a question? Did that third round with DNA and Jerry West, did I give you Tay Roc vibes when Tay Roc battled DNA, fellas?
No, because DNA didn't like turn his back to the crowd and said there's nothing I can do for him. He stood there and he just took it on the chin, which is all you can do. And again, like I feel like even at, like I again with me and Smo front and center, like after the battle, I see DNA walk up to Jerry and said, "You did great. Thank you for that. I needed that. I needed to get punched in the mouth so I can go back to the drawing board and figure out what I got to change or whatever." So I thought he handled it pretty well, and he's went on Twitter and wherever like and accredited Jerry West for his win. So I don't like it was a dominant win nonetheless, but I do think that like the maturity was most definitely shown from the Tay Roc battle to now.
Listen, man, Jerry West telling DNA he was a good kid was not on my bingo card. I was not expecting to hear no shit like that.
Upset of the night, performance of the night. I got nothing but praise for Jerry West. And when he was doubted, I think particularly what makes people great is when you do more than is expected in a big moment. Like greatness is not, oh, if you just keep doing what you're supposed to do, you're great. Nah, greatness is being the outliner. And he was down 90-10, man. There was probably no bigger underdog on the card. Maybe Diz, we know how that played out, but there might have been no other bigger underdog on the card. And he completely flipped the script the other way around. And that's how you ascend. That's how you make moments. So shout out Jerry, man.
I want to give Jerry props on this because I remember the beginning of his first round, it was a little rocky.
Yes.
The crowd was like they
Fred,
weren't going for it.
The LeBron line is when he heated up to me. When he got the LeBron to my son, that's when he heated up.
Yes.
Before that, it was light.
Yes. And I want to shout out the Aki brother behind Jerry West. I need friends like that in my life, all right? Because he was there coaching him. He's there supporting him. He helped him with every prop. And, Jerry West's creativity and calculation of like, oh, I'm going to make this prop and I'm going to execute it to this precision is unmatched because if any of it falls flat or if any small detail goes wrong, that's it. You might have cost your entire round. Feel me?
Thanks. Next battle, fellas. T-Top and John. J Blac, send us off, please.
Set what off?
I don't know what to say. You guys were outside at the crib.
We 5 battles in. You want me to set this one off? Pick another for me to set off.
Yeah,
disappointed. Expectations. Go ahead. I'll let you set up. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm about to say because I remember Blac said in that moment he missed a part of the battle, so I don't want.
That's for Tay Roc can add, but I wasn't zoned in for this one either. But go ahead though.
Oh well, okay.
But J Blac, I want to ask you one question. Were you mad that T-Top did not mention what we found out during the face-off? You wish he'd have put that in the face-off, and why do you think he didn't say that?
What you mean, the baby mama stuff?
Yes.
I thought didn't he allude to it in the battle?
Face-off?
Oh, you talking about the face? Oh, he didn't say it in the face-off at all.
Are you surprised?
In the face-off?
Yeah.
For him being a tactician, I'm not surprised. He wants to give John as little room to prepare for that as possible. So releasing information 30 minutes prior, I get it. But, it makes a face-off awkward because that's what you really want to talk about. When John plays the audio, you want to respond with, yo, but you was texting my baby mom, what's up? You was DMing my so I get why the face-off the way it was. I understand now. That makes sense. But go ahead, Lang.
No, I was just gonna say that I feel like T-Top did way better in Houston any other time. Now I know that's not that's relatively speaking, you know what I'm saying? Because the other 2 times wasn't good. But I thought T-Top opening round was pretty good. I thought it was solid. I thought John heated up and T-Top cooled down. So it was like a inverse trajectory. I personally had T-Top the first 2 rounds. I know the vote was I want to say 52%, 53% to John, maybe because he ended strong.
Yeah, 53.
Yeah. But for me, I thought T-Top took the first 2. I thought the first was clear. I thought John John took the third clear, and I guess the second is the deciding factor. But for me, I thought like T-Top was a little bit more consistent. I thought T-Top's first round was going to give us a glimpse of how he was going to be the rest of the battle. Like he angled a little bit, but he was more more punch heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was what the crowd was receptive towards. Like when he got into the drug talk bag a little bit or whatever, I thought that like, okay, when he said I have something for the Houston crowd, I thought that was what he was alluding to. And I thought that was going to be him throughout the entire battle. But he kind of went away from that and started angling a little bit more, called himself the angle guy in the second round, I think. And it still didn't connect. I don't know what it is. And honestly, if we're being real, the last 3 battles that he was in, it wasn't the angles that was winning him the battles. It was just him straight up rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if you feel like you don't have something strong enough to angle about, or if you're not sure how potent the angle is going to be, then just straight up rap. Like you won UFF off of rapping. So why not do that? You know what I'm saying? But for me, I had T-Top first and second, with John John having a really good round in the third and closing out the battle strong. But it kind of what we thought it was. Like we kind of thought it was going to be underwhelming. I thought it was entertaining in spurts, but I would have liked it a little bit more of a back and forth, like from a round for round perspective, honestly. So.
Yeah, this wasn't one of them ones, y'all. It wasn't, and I've been someone that on paper, I'm gonna be honest, very skeptical of this matchup coming up, and I'll say it over and over again because I really believe in matchmaking and things like that. And while there was a previous rematch, there wasn't demand for this rematch. There's no problem with either of them being on SM, although John John's SM record has been a little shoddy in recent years, and T-Top in Houston. It's T-Top in Houston. So there's just so many things that make you skeptical going into the battle.
You said T-Top in Houston. It's T-Top in Houston.
Yeah, he's 0 for 3, including home. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't take away from him as a talent. These are both Hall of Fame talents. That doesn't change, you know what I'm saying, because of a bad battle. But going into it, what were they going to say to each other? People were like, oh, it's been 10 years since the first match, but I didn't feel like there was 10 years of craziness. And then obviously they dropped the stuff about each other's BMs on Instagram and Twitter, and that can get the noise going a little bit because we all know in this culture a little bit of bullshit to spice anything up. But even mentioned in the battle, it didn't overtake the battle, but the portions they talked about, it wasn't all that. And neither of them are the craziest bar for bar guys. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they're based on. So if I was to tell you, yo, John and T-Top are going to go in there and have a punch fest for 3 rounds, it's probably going to look something like what we got. I thought John heated up late. I had him pretty clearly losing the first 2, but I'm not like in love with T-Top's first 2 rounds by any means. I thought his first was solid. I wouldn't say good. I thought it was solid. And I thought John John's third was good, but it was just too little too late. You have the very first open round being pretty solid. You have the very last round being good. And everything in the middle is a bit of a fever dream. So I personally had T-Top 2-1 in the first 2 rounds. I think T-Top's even had a bit of an underrated year. You know what I'm saying? But overall, it's just a battle that I wasn't too excited about. I thought they would have problems really coming up with material for each other, and I think the result reads like that.
Hey, T-Top, watch your mouth about the locks, my nigga. I didn't appreciate you get on the locks. I wasn't feeling that.
Nah. Nobody, the people in the crowd wasn't liking that bar either, so you're not the only one when he said that.
What you got, friends?
Look, man, I'm a well-known John and T-Top apologist, okay? These are guys that John has 8 Summer Madness appearances. T-Top has got 6. I've surely thought to myself, okay, if anybody can put on a good show here with the experience they have, it could be these 2 guys, or at least one of those 2 guys, and neither of them did it. And I'm going to be totally honest, they devalued the card. Like whatever rating you give to the card is because of their performances. You know what I'm saying? And I say that as somebody that has been very vocal and positive about both of them. So this is no hatred, okay? This is zero hatred. In fact, I wrote a whole narrative piece going into the battle about how this is a riveting
narrative.
This is a whole riveting full circle moment for both of them. You know what I'm saying? They're 2 decorated individuals, but it just wasn't the night of angleceptions, all the gossip. It just didn't hit for me. You know what I'm saying? John.
Too much bad news talking in the first round. Ace on me talking, baby mama. Like it
didn't register with me. John's third round was good, so I guess it helped him get the fan vote. Our Twitter poll actually has it the opposite way. They have T-Top winning the same percentage that John was winning the fan vote by. So I guess this is a debatable battle, but ultimately, like, we're the consumer's the loser here. So like, sorry.
Black.
Again, I wasn't zoned in, but that's because of the battle. I started to, sad to say, the staff was up there where we was at in the commentary section. I kind of started handling things there. That's what the battle did to me. You know what I mean? I expected better. Like Smo said, there was skepticals regarding this battle. Like, I think there was 2 matches that people didn't really care, not care for, but like, yo, why is it on SM? It was this battle and it was DNA and Jerry West. DNA and Jerry West pulled through. That was a good battle. This one, it definitely brings the card down. You know what I'm saying? If you're rating the card any type of bad, it's because of Diz and Sick, or Diz, and John and T-Top. And it's to me, you know what I mean? I will give it a rewatch, but it's a nasty one, man. It's a nasty one. They got to do better. They got to do better.
Lang, let's go ahead, man. Hello, Twork, man. Talk to me.
Man.
So I want to start off by saying that I predicted Holla to win this battle, and after leaving the building and rewatching it, because I know like Holla has this effect of like on the rewatch, you know what I'm saying? Like he usually like gets appreciated over time. Even with the rewatch, I still have Twork winning this battle clearly. I don't know what it was with Holla, man. I feel like Holla had some good approaches. It was a lot of like solid lines that he had, but it was very up and down. Like it was like the momentum wasn't like consistent. Like there was points and times I thought like, okay, we're about to get him this round, and it didn't happen. Like I thought the second round we got into that pocket, like yell in the kitchen yelling like Gordon Ramsay. I thought he was about to pick it up, and it didn't happen. The third round when he pulled out the
paperwork,
the envelope or whatever, the work or whatever, talking about all the petty theft stuff or whatever. I thought that's where the tide was gonna turn. He's gonna tie that to Twork's career in some way, shape, or form. When he talked about like the no showing and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, this is an interesting concept. But he kind of dropped that too. I thought Twork was very consistent in this battle. He just went on Twitter today saying that he wasn't his regular self because he was trying to be more strategic, and I can kind of see that. Like he tried to angle a little bit more. I thought his third round was his best round. I know people say it's his first round because he's a little bit more explosive, and that's the usual Twork that we get. But for me, just seeing all the stuff that Twork was able to touch on in the third round, like he did his Lux impression or whatever. That was pretty creative, but just how he was able to angle Holla, which I consider is a top angle of all time. It was just very impressive for me, and it shows that Twork has evolved into an overall like great battle rapper. But I had Twork clearly win this battle, all 3. Holla was solid, but it wasn't good enough for this Twork to go.
Smoke.
I actually liked the battle.
Holla was solid. I see.
I thought Holla was okay. And I thought Twork was good. I saw a lot of people immediately is like, oh, it's not the best Twork. It wasn't a 10 out of 10 Twork, but I still think it was 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I still think it was a good performance. And I think Holla in H-Town has always been pretty good. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, even if you feel like it's a little bogged down, the thing about Holla is he's never a 0. For like, he's not gonna defeat himself before you get to rap. He's at least gonna throw a couple jabs. He's at least gonna make it semi-competitive. And the problem with the opponents, I think some people overthink it, and some people lose the battle for themselves, which is why we always say, oh, Holla's winning in some nasty battles. But I thought Twork, for the most part, first round really stuck to what he does, tried and true. Thought he just kind of punched his head off. And I think that's the best round of the battle. The second is definitely good from both sides, but a little bit of a dip down, but like solid from both sides. I edged Twork that round. I got no problem with someone giving Holla the second though. And then as for the third, you see an angle approach, and that's what Twork, even at the beginning of the year, I think he said when he battled next, he tweeted out, you know, I'm trying to work on my game this year. More jabs, more schemes, more pockets, more talking about things that aren't just leading up to a haymaker. And this is a battle where when it matters most, you know what I'm saying, you're facing God tiers. He encompassed all of that. I thought he got a really clear win. I thought the first and the third is clear. The second go either way. I personally called it a 30 though. And the fact that he could do that without being the best version of himself, God bless whoever stands in front of the next best version of Twork. You know what I'm saying? When he's fully motivated, man. But he made the best of his situation. And in a battle, to me, not the best battles of the card, but definitely not the bad battles of the card. Just one of those that in the middle, you're like, solid. And Twork handled business.
Smo, 0-2 for Holla. You say what? Thesaurus, and now Twork.
Was this Thesaurus battle clear?
It's tough.
I'm just asking questions.
I had it clear too, but the public doesn't. I think on our battle rap, he won 80-20, and I know that with Holla and Boats is a little bit of a little clips, like, you know what I'm saying, he's a bit of a monster. So it kind of depends on how you argue with Will, because he also has a great battle with Will. It'll still be argued as probably the best battle of the year, and then he beat Sharon on the Stay Forever card. So I mean, when you're outside, things get a little more difficult, man. And this is what we say with Gotti. He's been outside 4 times. It's not the craziest amount. It's a very respectable amount, though. We're happy about it. But when you're outside 4 times, that material, you start to have to break it off for different opponents. You can't just have 2 battles and give one guy all the haymakers. And I think you might be seeing a little bit of a fatigue in the writing. I think it was a solid Hollow. I think it was in the middle of the pack for some of the Hollows that we've seen this year. But he faced someone else that's great. And I just think last night that Twork was just better than him. So I would have him 0-2. But I know people debate the Thesaurus battle. I think it's a pretty good year for Hollow.
Yeah, I for one thought that him and Thesaurus was debatable. I low-key edge Hollow in that battle, but I'm not mad at someone saying Thesaurus won. And real quick, like I said, I do think that Hollow was solid in this battle. I hear a lot of people saying the battle was underwhelming because they were expecting a classic battle or whatever. But I think that it was just a situation where, like, Twork was more strategic. I don't know how else to put it. But I did like Hollow's dyslexic rebuttal. That was crazy. That was really good.
Very good. Very, very
fire. I'm gonna repeat this every platform I jump on, whether it be mine, so 15 minutes of fame. We've been down and out on Twork. We've been talking shit about Twork. I think all of us have said things, whether he choked that battle, he did this, that battle, he's abandoned it, whatever you want to say about that brother. But if I'm not mistaken, you know, LCBR, so they can correct me if I'm wrong here. The top of last year when he battled real name Brandon in a 1 round, by the way, which y'all treated like a 3 round. That's kind of crazy. You know, I see how things go, but it is what it is. But if it fits your story, it makes sense, right? Okay. Since then, he's been on a 10 battle consistency. It could be between 9 and 11 consistency run, not messing up. And at the end of each round, even when he battled next guys, do you want me to continue rapping? This is after he's already over about a minute. I can keep going. I can keep rapping. I just brought extra for y'all. It's a complete 180 right there. So I think we got to acknowledge, and I want to say this again. I'm going to remove completely from me, which I think y'all should too. The if factor is gone from him. The if. Oh, if he comes up, they saying that this wasn't the Twork. This wasn't a Twork, and the man was still dangerous. The brother was still dangerous. What Smo, you said 80%? Come on, you're still getting a powerful Twork regardless. Come on, what we doing? What we doing? Well, I meant to say, oh no, what's the name for John? John did better versus Chef Trash, but we here. Pardon me. Let's end it up, but Twork is special, and I feel like Twork was built and made to be the best battle rapper. So it's kind of dope to see him live up to that potential. I enjoyed Twork this battle first, even the 3rd round where he tapped in to be beloved. I'm saying, if you want to win a battle, you just imitate Lux. It's really that simple, because Lux is the Lord and Savior of battle rap. So all you gotta do is, tap into one of his performances, one of his many great performances. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a hoodie or Black Panther Party, you know what I mean. So I mean, if you're a Hollow fan, right, you want to say this is a debatable battle. You give Twork the first. You want to give Holla the second. Give Lux the third. Shout out. Give Lux the third. And now you have a debatable battle. But if you won't, and you live in reality, Twork first and third. You can even argue the second. Shout out to Hollow, Gotti. And I feel like going into this battle, he didn't make excuses. I also do want to add in the fact that salute to, people putting their pride and ego to the side. I feel like with bad intentions and bad minds, that people could have turned this into something else because of the table flip. I've seen people in the building when it happened. You got to do this, you got to do that. People on Twitter saying da da da. And I love the fact that Twork tweeted out, that wasn't my intentions. I was just trying to do what you did to me. You know what I'm saying? And again, that table was mad light, so that's why it ended up that way. So shout out to those 2 brothers for putting that aside and just giving us a dope battle. I do feel, at some point in time that Hollow was slept on a little bit. I feel like he had good material. I can't pinpoint that because I didn't watch none of these battles back. But I think he had good material. And the sad part is he reps H-Town a lot. He said H-Town second home. So for him not to get the love that he deserves for the material and content that he put out, but then it's the times and battle changing.
Jack Boy C's line was kind of crazy though.
That's what I'm saying. Even when he's breaking down, he said, "What did he say? I got 30 not to battle." Like that whole pocket right there, it wasn't really getting. I don't know. Maybe times are officially changing. You know what I'm saying? Times are officially changing. I'm getting old. Look at my hair. I'm getting old, man. So they probably want something else right now. It's what worked back then ain't working right now for the most part. But I do think, looking at his past performances, this is on par with him battling Geechi in terms of reception from the crowd. I feel like he got the same type of love and reception. What else? Was it Geechi Gotti, the K-Shine? So he got multiple chances on the stage, and it seemed like that he's been getting the same type of reception. So maybe it's something that he's doing or something that he's not doing. This ain't different from those battles. Twork clear for me, though. Shout out to Holla. Twork clear for me.
Fred.
Yo, I want to give Holla credit. This is the second time this year he's battled twice in 2 weeks. He battled Will and Sharon 2 weeks back to back, and then Source and Hollow 2 weeks back to back. And I thought there was one but two slept on. I really like that bar you highlighted, J Blac. I heard he got 30K for the Rock battle. I got paid twice that just to not battle. Like all that was dope to me. And Twork had a tweet addressing his performance, which I thought was interesting because he said, for everyone saying that I won, that wasn't the same New Jersey Twork. You have to understand in order to be certain people, you have to be strategic. And Hollow is most certainly one of those people. He has beaten a lot of your favorites when they got on the stage and just been themselves. And I hear his sentiments. I also feel like a lot of people try to revert and change who they are when they're Hollow. They should just be themselves. Point to like Rock, he's gun bar you to death. And then Nitty, who's straight away punching him, like punching his lights out. So I like that Twork's approach was effective and it worked. It was a bit of a slow burn, but man, when he got to like the Nate Dogg bar and bar, he just had the bombs going. I will say I was looking for like a bounce, a strapped in. He hasn't been on Summer Madness in 4 years, so I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? But you got to give Twork a bunch of credit for just how much he's matured. Like 9-10 battles being consistent. He's always one of the top performers of the night, if not one of the best performers of the night. And he's clipped up now. He is clipped up every battle. Like you have to stop him from rapping because he could say, "You want me to keep going?" and could keep going for another 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes. And that is a testament to his discipline and how prepared he is now and how much he's rising to the occasion. And that's why Murder Mook is on the stage right behind Hollow, watching the battle, paying very close attention to Twork while he's
That's rapping. The battle I want, Fred. I want Twork to move at homecoming.
I'm scared of Twork.
Be careful what you ask for, 3. Be very careful what you speak on your camera, your platform. Be careful what you ask for. You understand? People are listening. Huh?
Mook
Salute 3.
Mook said it. He said it. You know what I'm saying? This is public. This is public.
Did Twork flip on the Hollow's predict line that he had against Charlie? Did he flip that in the second
round?
But Hollow had a line he predicted too that Twork said it. You know, they both were there, matching themselves with it. So listen, you got to give Twork all the credit in the world for the performance he had. Even if you felt like it was a bit of a slow burner, it wasn't the usual rapid fire haymaker name flip that you're used to. He is showing you how much more matured his game has become, and you got to give him credit for the rebrand over the last year.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to say was like one of my favorite lines from Twork. I think it was in the third. You know, whether the angle is true or not, but the whole bounce from hotel to hotel, couch to couch, acting like there's lava on the ground, like that was insane. And again, it's a way like we talked about like how the game is evolving. Go ahead.
You know what bar I like, Lang? I like there was only 5 people in your class. How come you're not special?
Oh, that was crazy too, because he broke down like how Hitman's in your class, while and now such and such in your class doing this. Yeah, crazy.
The lean on your house, and everything he was doing, that shit was hard too.
Yeah, but when he was flipping a lot of the Hollow bars, like you say, you was playing PS7, we was playing PS2, like that for me didn't land as much when he like went to revert to Hollow's bars and then
he did a lot though, friends.
Yeah,
the battle though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of those didn't fully land for me, but when he got into his bag, ready to just like let me perform quick and drop a quick haymaker, and then we get to another one, that's where it was like, all right, he's bombing on Hollow. You know what I'm saying? You could debate the second, but I definitely got him winning this battle clear.
All right, fellas. Next battle, main event: Tay Roc versus Av.
Oh, I got notes for this.
Yeah. I wanna set this one off too.
I don't. I still didn't get the rewatch yet.
I got to rewatch it twice.
The rewatch tells a different story.
Yeah, for me,
Go ahead.
in the building, right? I had Av 2-1. On the watch back, I have the same, but I'm gonna be a little bit more detailed. First and foremost, I want to say this is probably like the best SM main event we had in a very, very long time. I want to say since maybe Tay Roc and Hollow. Even I'm not saying they're on the same level, but I'm saying like in terms of like the main event battle on SM being actually good, I think this is like the best one we've had in several years. And I remember a couple people saying like they were watching at home, they felt like the crowd wasn't giving it the proper love, but the crowd wasn't loving this battle. Like they really was enjoying it. They were enjoying the dialogue, or whatever. A lot of people were locked in to what these guys had to say. First round, I felt like Tay Roc delivered a vintage round, you know what I'm saying? Got the energy back up, you know what I'm saying? Got the crowd back on his side. I actually thought that Tay Roc delivered a really good round, and when I listened to Av's first round, I'm like, okay, he's starting off a little bit slow. But by the time he got to the end with the move chest like a secret passage, I'm like, okay, he took this round. I thought again, it was a situation where like, I felt like Roc may have been a little bit more explosive, but Av was just very consistent. It was like every bar, every punch, he was very methodical. I had Av taking the first. We get into the second round. I feel like Roc picked it up again. One of my favorite lines from him was that, Av's made of cement. That means Roc made it. I'm like, okay, he's talking. Like, he's picking it up. A really, really good second round, right? I don't know if it's just because Av had the chance to speak second, but Av delivers another great second round. I thought his material was good. I don't know, like I still have to write down the bars or whatever, but whichever round he said 5 racks to shoot Roc, insane, crazy, you know what I'm saying?
And that was the first, right?
Yeah, that might have been the first two, right? But even in the second, he had some great lines too, or whatever. So to me, the second's debatable. But if I'm being quite honest, I don't know if it's because he just went second. I have Av edging the second too. And then we get into the third round. Again, I thought Roc had a good third round. I don't know who else mentioned this, but like I felt like people call it AMG mode. I just call it his momentum rapping, whatever. Like when he got into those pockets, whatever, the pockets were good, but I don't feel like they had like a strong landing effect. Like I felt like it was slightly dry in comparison to the other ones. I like the fact that you know what I'm saying, he also talked about like some of the things that kind of that made him feel a way about the Av leaving or whatever. But the difference for me is I feel like just Av like executed it better. Like when he gets to the third round, the reason why I love it is because like not only is he just punching at a high rate, but he's also like having a dialogue with Tay Roc. The whole as a man segment, even though it didn't get that much reaction, I really loved that segment. You know what I'm saying? The 2 wrongs don't make a right. Like when you got into that segment, my favorite line from him in the third round is like, you're going to tell people I jumped ship, but you're not going to say that you made it Titanic. Like lines like that have a lot of substance for me. I have Av edging each round. I can see an argument for Tay Roc winning the second. But for me, I just felt like
you have a 30.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, right, exactly. Like, I you can make a case for the second round because I do think Tay Roc had a really good second round. One of my favorite lines was, flatten the shark. Now he a flounder. Now, like, he had a lot of good lines, but for me, I just felt like Av was just a little bit more proficient with the punching, with the angling, and just really, really consistent from beginning to end. So I have Av edging each round.
Well, I know who's
My
not
guy
allowed.
Smoke.
I know who's not allowed in Maryland anymore.
Oh man, I actually thought it was a really great
no-fly
battle.
zone.
I thought it was a really good battle considering we lacked a lot of back and forth in the night. I think it was the most debatable battle in my opinion. I liked that. I'll actually go in reverse because I think the third is.
There we go.
Av won the third round.
It's safe now.
Oh man, yeah, I think Av won the third round, clear. I think Roc, it wasn't a bad third, but he clearly it's not as good as his first 2 rounds. Like this, it's lacking the punches, even shorter than the other 2. And we'll talk about round length, referring especially the first 2 rounds. I think the second, I haven't rewatched the battle back yet. And the thing about both rounds is while both of them were very good, Av rapped long as hell. And when you're rewatching a battle, I feel like it's something to judge because in terms of efficiency, I think Roc was way more efficient with this time. Like, I think that we could obviously name haymakers from both, punches from both in 2 close rounds, and someone rapped double as long. So I think Roc was more efficient in terms of landing. But no one stopped Av, so just keep rapping. I can't be mad at the man for that. But what it leads to is you're gonna have some sections. Like I think the first half of Av's first, I'm like, Av, I don't know, man. Second half of Av's first is incredible. Might be his best stretch of the battle. So how do you judge that? Yeah, he rapped longer. He's probably got more dry spots, but he's got more material as a whole, more haymakers. But personally, I gave Roc the second. And the first is close. Like I said, really, really want to rewatch on it. I'm probably going to, right after this, get a rewatch on it. But I edge Av the first. So I did have Av 2-1. But I think those first 2 rounds is definitely a case for Roc.
Smo, would you agree that the EFB flips was probably the best thing that Roc had in the first round? Can I say that?
Yeah, I liked it. It has been done before. You know what I'm saying? I thought Holla did it versus Geechi. I've seen a few, but he did it by far.
Was it OD for you, Smo? Was it OD?
It's tough. I didn't think at first. I thought it could go in that direction, but they were still pretty good. He still kept like every time I thought I was about to finish, then he had the easy, the easy line. It's like every time he kept adding a little Easter egg. I think it didn't have like crazy haymakers, like as opposed to maybe towards the first half of his round or his second, which to me is the best round of the battle. I pretty comfortably gave Roc the second. Rewatch pending to call it clear, but I pretty comfortably gave Roc the second. But I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't blow me away, but I didn't take points away from it. So yeah, the first, there's just so much to talk about in the first without rewatching it. I mean, what is that? I think I talked to Lang. It's like a 22-minute first round, something like that, when you combine it together. So that's
on the watch back, it was like 21 minutes, both of their first rounds.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be worth the rewatch, but I think it lived up to the hype. You know what I'm saying? I was worried going later in the night, what Av would do later in the night. Never worried about Tay Roc being a professional of the highest degree. It doesn't matter if he goes first, last, tomorrow. He's going to get the crowd going no matter what. And it's just good to see that in a night that didn't have many competitive battles, I can say the main event was the most competitive battle. So although I got Av 2-1, I think it's extremely debatable, which I think reflects in the voting. And for both of them, I think it's a win for their stock.
This nigga failure like his kidneys? That was crazy.
Yeah,
That's disrespectful.
Let me go next. I
The disrespect.
Bruh, I was just about to point to that. Like Roc's second round, I have all these bars written down. When he said failure like a kidney, what? You know what I'm saying? That first round was so competitive. I didn't want to choose a winner, but if I had to, I would edge it to Av. And I think Av being traumatized from the DNA battle because DNA had like such longer rounds, it helped him out in the long run because look, he came clipped up this battle. He came clipped up, and I feel like that's the reason why you might be able to tail off and edge Av these rounds. Like the second round, there's so many bars from Tay Roc. The fail like the kidneys, bullets in the shark cage, like scuba divers, trigger finger itching like poison oak. Send you to MLK Av, the pitchfork like Aquaman, but then Av comes back with that
pitchfork Aquaman ball was fire, I thought.
Your acting is off like Tubi, Nurse Rock like Eleanor, the Damian Marley Jam Rock bar, the Scorpion bar. Him and Jerry West definitely both had a Scorpion bar. Shouts to EFB. You probably the first bitch to swim in a fight like Montgomery, like so much, bro. You told Briz you felt Roc was a stone cold bitch the next
Monday
was
night crazy.
Raw. Like I've had so much, and it's funny you guys actually didn't give Roc the third because I actually did give Roc the third. I have Av edging the first, edging the second, and Roc getting the third. I know y'all told me on rewatch it might be better for Av, but I don't know. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't give that much credit to them Fred angles back then. I ain't gonna give that much credit to it now. So I gotta keep the same energy. I gotta keep the same energy.
Clear. I ain't gonna lie. That's all I watch.
I don't have it clear because 22-2-3s almost sound like the year we in.
That was hard. That was the hardest ball Roc said in the third round.
Orange peel like a mandarin.
Oh, they tried to say that 20. It's like almost like the year, but he says almost.
He said almost.
So they try to be. I think you tell somebody hates somebody, right?
Come
on, bro. That's not a reach.
Like home run stats for Barry Bonds. Av won't exist no more. Like Black Wall Street. Come on, yeah. That third.
Let me ask you a question. Were you surprised that Av got personal? Certain things he said in that third.
Nah, not at all. They needed to take
I am. They lied in the face off, but go ahead. They completely lied.
They
Liars.
They needed to take the gloves off, but I'm glad they didn't. The face-off was underwhelming for a reason because they took the gloves off in the battle. So that's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? I definitely took it there. Some spots I was like, whoa, hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hide your brothers. What? You gotta hide your brothers. What?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I know I said App edged every round, but like Smo said, the first two you could debate. That's why I said he edged every round. Like it's interesting because, like I said, I think the second is debatable, and I can give App the first and third. Fran says that he's giving Av the first and second, and Rockin' the third. So it kind of shows you that like some of it is a swing.
Okay, you good in Maryland again. You good now. You safe. He cleaned it up.
Yo, I gotta get back to work, y'all. 3, salute to you, OG. Lang, keep grinding out here. You know what I'm saying? You know you're doing your thing. Smo, you still got 4.5 years left in the contract. So
it's loopholes though. It's loopholes. Like respectfully, we hold on. We've seen Lloyd's before.
And
we got them over here. You good? You safe? Don't worry about it, man.
Let me tell you something.
You sir what?
Be on the lookout for that cease and desist email.
You don't got my email. You good? You go ahead now. You have a good day, sir.
My brother Franz, peace and love, man. Blac, talk to you, man. Take us home with Av and Rock, man.
Again, I didn't get a chance to rewatch it. I left the second round. But from being in the building, transitioning from the Uber to the hotel, trying to watch as best I can, I thought this is probably going to be one of the better battles of the night. I kind of want to see if I watch it back, and I kind of like what I was like in the building. And it's consistent through 1, 2, and 3. I like Ace and Nitty, but I kind of want to see this be the best battle of the night. I love when a main event lives to the hype. You know what I'm saying? And the only round that I can really call for real, without undercutting these guys by not doing my complete due diligence was the first round. And I think edge to Av in the first. And I'll see what happens in the second and third when I get that watch back. We are doing a full champion breakdown. Ace, I mean, is going to pull up. So it's about to get crazy, man. It's about to get crazy.
Before you go, fellas, I just want to talk about a few matches here that just got announced, right? Because there's only 4 matches I want to talk to you about. I do what I want to do. Remy Ma, right quick, right?
You gonna be in the building?
No, I'm not going to be in the building.
Okay.
All right. The first question I have for you, gentlemen, is this: it's not in Philly anymore. A lot of people.
What?
A lot of people on social media talking about this today. About it's in New Jersey now.
No, but 3, the trailer it says live in Philly. And then when you buy the tickets, it says live in Philly.
Go put that
I
back
see
in the
Fonz
map.
is talking about this Blac. Is it a big thing that now we move from Philly to Jersey?
I mean, as a battle rapper, because again, when you kind of structure your material to where you're at, and if you're not in Philly, that might be the situation. If you're anybody on the card, not just Easy and Geechi, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we're in Jersey. And to cut them some bell, that's mad close to Philly though. It's like across the bridge, bro. So some people try to consider it, but I mean, it's still not. It's not Philly though. It's not. No matter how close it is, that's still not Philly.
That's not Philly soil, respectfully.
It's not. And again, we in Philly, man. I go across the street and I put this in the GPS. It takes you out of Philly. So I wonder how people are going to structure their rounds. I don't know if this is a talking point. I would love to see you interview some people. 3, interview Geechi, interview anybody, interview A-Ward, Easy, whoever, clips, and see what they think about this. Because again, if you're not in that spot and you have these cheesesteaks, Kensington bars, Philly bars, you know what I'm saying, Gilly bars, and you're not, it's just might hit this differently. You should maybe have some Joe Budden bars, right? I don't know.
Hey. Lang, what's your thoughts on C3 and First Lady Flames?
I really like the battle. I think for First Lady Flame, she's picking up steam. Like I thought she was picking up steam since from last year. Like her battle versus Caution, she was amazing. You know what I'm saying? And obviously C3 coming off of the battle with Caution for the tournament, and also she had a battle with Kid Chaos or whatever for the No Impact situation. So I like it from a standpoint of it's kind of like another veteran up-and-comer matchup, but I also think it's a situation where First Lady Flames gets another shot. Last time she got a shot of this magnitude, if I'm not mistaken, was when she battled E-Heart, and in my opinion, that was like one of the best battles of the year in 2021. So her batting average is really good, and then C3, she's just showing why she's one of the best to do it. Very versatile, knows how to win battles and stuff like that. I think it'd probably be on the undercard, probably will be like the best back and forth on the undercard for sure.
I got C3 and Official still as one of the greatest female matches of all time.
Yeah, you're gonna say that every blog, and I commend you for that. Right.
Small, talk to me. What you think about C3?
Yeah, C3 and Flames to me is the best undercard matchup. Respect, not even the biggest named one, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously Clips and A-Ward kind of on that tier is going to have them. But I think that Flames is so fire. First Lady Flames is so good. I love the way she raps. I love her delivery. I haven't seen a Flames performance I don't like in a very long time. And C3 is, I mean, consistency is key. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that she won her tourney over there at Chrome. There's a reason she's been doing what she's been doing. Rock the big stage as well at that. I know that this won't be exactly like a big stage type of venue, but I mean, that's a pro's pro, a top tier lady to the core. And it's one of those that you probably wouldn't even think of popping off the page at first, since C3 isn't like one of the big, you know what I'm saying, top tier ladies, and Flames hasn't fully made that mark yet. But for those that watch battle, like, you know, every battle and see it, these are two of the best that have kicked it up from the ladies in this year, even going back to last year. So for me, definitely the best back and forth. I'm going with Flames going in though. I think her haymaker ability and the clever writing, I think that she's great, man. You know what I'm saying? I really like that style. But like I said, C3 is as good as it gets as well. So for me, most competitive battle on the undercard.
Who you like? Smoke.
Me? Oh.
For the win.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, for me, it's close. If it's gonna be, like, I gotta go off of what I seen last time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like First Lady Flames was amazing on the last Chrome card. But C3 is a veteran. She's very versatile. She can rebuttal. She also is a very underrated writer in her own right. I'm edging, as of right now, I'm edging First Lady Flames slight edge. Just slight edge. C3 is very versatile, so she could very well could win this battle. Like her going through the tournament, like, she was just beating people off of just being like just strategic and being a veteran. First Lady Flames is just...
It's her toughest match so far, sir, in her career so far. First Lady Flames.
Hard is a tough match. JC's a tough match. But she's probably facing the most versatile battler she's ever faced. That's the thing. I'm gonna edge First Lady Flames as of right now. I got to do more due diligence or whatever, but I'm edging First Lady Flames right now at this particular moment. I know Blac is not liking that right now. He's gonna give his explanation, but as right now, I got First Lady Flames. Right.
Listen, we can keep it short and sweet. This is Chrome. It's shout to easy, must love easy. I'm not hating when I say what I say. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma came out and she really wanted to help the ladies. So I think the face of a league should be the woman. I think the face of this league from 23 is C3. She won a tournament. In order to be the champ, you have to be the champ. And C3 is the current champion over there at Chrome. First Lady Flames, we appreciate you for really saving the last event. You know what I mean? Round. For you. I go, you go. I go, you go. I go, you go. You go, I go. What? You post it. So I appreciate her for that. But again, this uphill fight for you. See, I'm pretty sure C3 can't be like, I'm gonna lose. I got C3. Respect to Flames, clear though. Clear. The situation is different. This is not a room. And we got to do this, man. I feel like I've been saying this for years. There's a difference between a big stage and a smaller room. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, this nightclub, it was a Dubai nightclub. It's gonna hold 500 or more at least. You're not battling that small grudge room. You know what I'm saying? This is different. You got to put in different things. How would you receive? But keep in mind, I know First Lady Flames has experience. She battled Jack, but that was a man, though. That was a man on the big stage. Let's get we're gonna nitpick.
Her man on top of that, Blac. Her man on top.
Yeah, so that's a little different. You're battling somebody that don't like you. C3 was cool with 40 bars. Look what happened. Just saying, y'all friends? Y'all not friends at all. So for me, you have to be the champ. You got to beat the champ, and she's the champ. I got C3, clear 3-letter, man. That's how I got it, man.
Okay. Can I ask you a question, Smoke, real quick? Clips and A1, right? Are you surprised they announced this battle before the Verb battle? And are you okay with that?
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, that's their event. Even though like the Verb battle is coming up, that's not their job to kind of, you know what I'm saying, like make things align for that. I'll tell you what, A-Ward got a busy schedule. A-Ward got a busy schedule, man. And as someone that, you know what I'm saying, is confident in his chances going into max out, it definitely adds on it. You have Charlie Clips 2 weeks after, and that's no game by any means. And as for the battle itself, it's just like I think it's solid. But you know, I talked about it a little bit. I don't think it's a bad battle. I think it's solid. I just think matchup wise, there's not too much craziness. There will be some freestyle and antics, but in terms of the material itself, I'm not expecting too much bombing on each other. But Ward, that's a lot of material. And then on top of that, you already started with Frack. Let's just keep that was an L. You know what I'm saying? Not even the worst L in the world. He's pretty good in it, but that was an L. Now you have the biggest battle of your career, September 2nd. You know what I'm saying? And then I think you have a tougher battle than that following 2 weeks later. And we don't even know, you know what I'm saying, if that's all he's got, right? There's still a lot of year left. So
he got more.
Yeah, Ward, be clipped up, man, because this is no game what you trying right now. If the best of the best can do this, but this is be careful.
Who you like, Smoke?
Going into it, I feel like the thing with Clips is that he shows you who he is getting closer to the event. You start seeing the way he's talking the week of, and you know what channels might pop up. But a little pretty well rested for the most part, right? Last close battle, last 3-rounder, it's been a good little minute. So I do have Clips winning this battle going in. I got Clips 2-1. But this could obviously we have a very big A-Ward moment to see leading into that. If he has crazy momentum going into that and you start really getting into his own, that can change the whole mentality. If he's coming off a loss, I might even predict it to be clear or more dominant. But as for right now, I'm going Clips 2-1.
A-Ward, again, like I said, for easy, you're not the face of Chrome. Appreciate your performance against Vixen. You taking advantage of a woman like that. You should have sang to her, bro. What are you doing? She was all in red and everything, and you want to sit there and be aggressive. Sloppy, dusty, soft, A-Ward. Get it together, man. Great performance. All your performance tonight. You got a lot on your plate, man. What are you doing? And I know your attention based on this brother is, I don't mean to cut in 2 different leagues, but we here now. Let's do it. Fuck it, right? I keep them separate. I love to keep them separate, but A-Ward wakes up at 9 a.m. every day, and he plagues your mind. You couldn't prepare simultaneously with Clips even if you tried. I don't think so. There's no way. 9 a.m. Somebody must be texting you. Verb said this. Verb did that. So I think Clips is writing right now for his opposition. Well, I think A-Ward is focused on Verb because he has to. You can, with all due respect, you can lose the Frack. With all due respect, you probably can even lose the Clips. But you cannot lose to Verb. If he's done 189.7 spaces prior to the battle, how many spaces do you think is going to happen after the battle? Not to take away from Chrome 23 in this, but A-Ward. Because of these reasons, it's a no for me, dog. I got Charlie Clips 2-1, and I want you to go for the win against Verb. If you gotta pick one, because when the Frack battle was done, say it again.
He loses the Frack, and he loses the Verb, and loses the Clips.
We're gonna have to have a convo we don't want to have, y'all.
Yeah, Smoke, for real, Smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, man. To that same point, so I think that the best matchup on the undercard is for Hoodie Flames and C3. But I can't deny the fact that from this point out, every A-Ward battle is going to have a microscope under it, especially if he's going against a top-tier opponent, because that's been the critique, right? Like even before Verb has went on his media tour, the conversation has been like A-Ward is regular against top-tier people. Whoever thinks it's true or not, that doesn't matter, because that is now the narrative. That is now what we're going to home in on. And
narrative.
And to Blac's point, he can't lose the Verb. Like, he just can't. Like, this is one of his biggest battles from a status standpoint, and like one of like actual like grudge match. You know, Big K was a grudge match or whatever. But that wasn't built up for the extended period of time as like him and Verb.
Losing
you know what I'm saying?
Matches, Blac?
Yeah, and my thing about it is that I feel like, you know, he already lost twice this year. You know, in a short span. And that's, relatively speaking, Ward doesn't really take that many losses like that. So even with that, like, that already is having like people like start to second guess, like, you know, where Ward stands in terms of like the elites, right? So with him having Verb and then Clips this close together, that makes me even more skeptical. But at the same time, just throw a Ward Bell. Clips hasn't been the most serious this year. Outside of the Rosenberg battle, which I thought he did good in the Rosenberg battle. He played like the Calico of last year, right? The Danny Myers battle, the Jazz battle. I didn't get a chance to make the home event, unfortunately, but yeah, right. Like I even seen some things of him like messing around in the Scotty battle, even though it's a run round or whatever. So I mean, that doesn't mean he's gonna play around against A Ward, but I thought he wasn't gonna play around against Jazz, and then what did he do? I thought he wasn't gonna play around against Danny, then what did he do? You know what I'm saying? So
he ain't play a Rosenberg Raw, but go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. That's one though. But again, like the same way that you say, like you're really big on the if factor or whatever, Black. Like we also have to keep the same energy in this same. You're talking about one battle of 4 battles that he had this year. You know what I'm saying?
Win.
So
go ahead. You win. My fault.
So for me,
sorry for interrupting you, sir.
I don't know if I have a winner right now. This is unfair, but I'm gonna learn a lot from what happens in a Verb battle. Like I'm gonna just keep it at that. Like I'm not gonna pick a winner right now. I'm gonna have a prediction after the Verb battle. I know that's not. I know that's whatever. But like for me, like I have to see how Ward gets through the Verb battle for me to like kind of get a gist of what's gonna happen in the Clips battle. In my opinion, that's just
out of curiosity, sir. Who do you like between Verb and Ward, sir?
I like Ward still. I think at this point in time, like, and I know it sounds crazy because Verb is a legend or whatever. Not or whatever. He is a legend. He's like in my top 10 all time. But for me, I just feel like Ward is going to be clipped up for the Verb battle. He understands just the magnitude of the Verb battle. And I think he's going to make up for like his last appearance in the Blue Room. And my thing is, he wasn't even bad in that battle, but I do think that he's going to add a little bit more. And he learned from like what he can improve on against Big K in this battle with Verb too. And again, with Verb,
you said Blue Room. you mean the STL? Go ahead, my fault. I mean it.
But another thing for me is that as good as Verb was against Suge or whatever, I thought he was really good against Suge. The thing for me is that like he's been sitting for a while, but for someone like Verb, I feel like it has to be muscle memory. Like I feel like if Verb was consistently battling in between then, and I would be like, okay, like I know Verb, I know how Verb is going to show up for that battle, but like for him to like have that battle and then sit out for that time period, like I don't know, like there may be a little bit of rust. You know what I'm saying? Like
according to Verb, he took 9 months off the Lux battle, 9 months off the Mook battle. That's what he's been saying in the spaces.
Yeah, but even still, like but he's also taking that time off against people that also have the same amount of time. He's not battling the active battler of this generation. That's a different type of like matchup or whatever. But I have Ward winning the battle. It's going to be a tall task though. Like it's not going to be a walkthrough or whatever. But I have seen Verb rap really well and still lose the battle. Okay. And that's no slight to Verb, but I have seen it done before. But like I said, like depending on how the outcome of the battle between him and Verb is, going to kind of play a little bit of a role who I have between him and Clips. So.
All right. Smo, is Shayna Ashley and Frozenberg a battle that we need on like in my Briss Roasty voice?
I'm not gonna lie. When it gets the reception I see it getting to the public, I can't be mad at that because on paper it's not the craziest matchup. I think there's things that give it the chance to possibly be good. I think both of them like rap really well, and for us to just appreciate, this ain't gonna be no creative like what punches are they gonna come up with, what angles. If y'all are looking to do the paper test here, it's not gonna be that. This is one for the ears, man. And if y'all just appreciate pure rap and delivery, that's pretty much gonna be the complete focus of this battle. I think it's gonna be okay. I think that's the best word. I think that's the best result. I don't see, any classics coming out of this one, but I think they've both been cooking. You know what I'm saying? When 2 pros are cooking, 2 respected pros, there's always the chance that they at least give you something that's serviceable. Rose has been cooking up. Rose is a busy man himself coming up, man. If I'm correct, that's going to be a week after Mike. That's a week after he battles Mike P, which actually I just thought of just now. So we'll see about that. And Shayna ain't no game. We see the way Shayna was rapping. And don't get me wrong. I mean, Tori Doe was nothing, but she rapped incredible. And sadly, it took away from the fact that Shayna's first 2 rounds were really, really, really good.
Tori had round of the year, but go ahead, though. I'm just letting you know what's happening.
But Shayna, I'll tell you what, I think crazy enough, I might have Shayna going into it. I feel like what we're going to see, I think Rose should be focused up on Mike for the most part. Actually, Rose winning that battle, and I could see a week later you're facing, I think might be his first female op that he's faced. Yes. So now you're already going into a little bit of a weird situation for yourself. I don't know what the approach, you don't have some crazy angle for Shane Ashley that nobody knows about. But like I said, I hope the rhyme pockets and all that, I hope that makes it an okay battle. But content-wise, I'm not really expecting much from this one.
Damn.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I might like it a little bit more than Smo does. I think from a stylistic standpoint, like this is a battle that makes sense. Like they're both. I mean, for me at least, like I think they both kind of have like this rugged aggression or whatever, and in the way that they rap and direct their bars to their opponent or whatever. I do think that Shayna punches a little bit more. Rosenberg's style, the beauty of that is that like he raps really well, and sometimes like the best things that he say aren't even punches, and like he has a way of captivating the audience with just his style. You know what I'm saying? How he carries himself. I actually also have Shayna 2-1 in this battle. Sided with the ladies on this one. That's one of the things that I thought about. I'm like, he has Mike P a little bit before that, and then on top of that, I feel like Shayna
a week.
Right, and I feel like Shayna has had extreme momentum from battle to battle. Outside of the Tori Doe battle and you know what I'm saying, the tournament or whatever, she's just been really good. And then on top of that, I feel like this is probably one of the bigger. I mean, Tori Doe has a big status, but like in terms of like someone that's been kicking up dust the past couple of years, it's probably one of the bigger opponents that she's faced. Probably one of the bigger plays that she'll receive on the Chrome card with Easy and Geechi being the headliner. I don't foresee her having a bad performance. I think Rosenberg's going to be good. But I do have to account for the fact that, you know, Rosenberg has a battle before that. And even still, like, even without that, I still thought that this battle would be close, even without, like, Rosenberg having the Mike P battle before that. But for me, that does play a role in me choosing a winner. I'm edging Shayna 2-1 in this battle, though. I don't think it's going to be a clear win.
How do we feel about Froze as a blogger now? He's entered the media world now. How do we feel about that?
Well, I get to break down the battle. I'm gonna pretty much repeat what David's saying right there. He got a battle with Mike P. I got Raw beating Mike P. So to Mike P. No offense, y'all take offense to everything we do up here. I don't know why. It's a prediction. Y'all predicting. Speaking of being bloggers now, y'all gotta be predicting that too. What's up? So every time you predict, what you gonna say? Huh? You see how it feels, right? Just saying. Salute to that, brothers, though. But Raw, you said you couldn't be on Max South because you if I'm not mistaken. He said he can because he got things lined up, but you're battling a week, so you could have did 3 or 3, right? Does that make he could? Because if you're battling Mike P and then you battle Shayna, that's a week apart. Why couldn't he be on Max South? He should have been on Max South. But he's doing it anyway, right? He is doing it. That's the whole point. He's doing it.
I'd rather see him.
I thought he wouldn't win a battle a week apart, but he is. And I don't think Shayna's light work at all. This goes into my point of me having Shayna 2-1. On top of that, too, we're talking about aggression, penmanship. She got that. Optics alone. Have you seen Shayna in person? She's beautiful, by the way. So she's beautiful. She be barking on that man.
No, she towers over people. Like her aggression is top notch, and the way and then when she does land the punch, because that's the thing. That's the one deciding factor. Is like again, Rosenberg has a way of beating his opponent without punching. But like she has a way of talking, and what you say, I can punch and talk. She can do it too.
That's what she does. Saying. So I don't know if you think you battling a woman. Again, let her. I know how this cancel culture is all about. It's everywhere. So you got to choose your words carefully. Right, so now we're in the realm of reality. He is battling a woman. Let me answer battle rap. Rosenberg, you're battling a nigga. What you talking about? She punches like a man. She talks like a man. Her aggression like a man. This not no light work. So I know you're gonna pack your punches versus Mike P. Your promo. You do what you want. You're in a grocery store. You're in the 7-Eleven, whatever it is, getting candy. It's not the time to joke, champ. Hopefully the joking was just for the trailer, because she gonna do what she want with you. I have Shayna Ashley 2-1, but I do got him beating Mike P. But if I could start off with him being in the media,
yes.
Rosenberg has been on Champion probably over the course of since its inception, probably 20 plus times. Matt from he got 5 face-offs here alone. So fucking interview, he has 5 face-offs here. You know what I'm saying? And his ability to talk was always amazing. When he sits down with me, I don't gotta try. Normally, I gotta ask you this. With him, he can literally talk nonstop, and it's good conversation.
Absolutely, Black. Absolutely.
So it only made sense that he does media, in my opinion. And for me personally, I'm not taking a lot of times when battle rappers do media. He's this, he's that. Y'all pick and choose though. Y'all try to say, he's doing media. It's gonna take away. Easy's doing media. He's just fine. Geechi was doing media. He got a podcast though. He's just fine. So don't try to take away from Rosenberg Raw because he's doing media. Let that brother get a bag on the side. Why not? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I spoke to him. He might be leaning into this seriously too, though. You might see him like doing this for the most part. But I think it's dope. I think it's fire. I love it. I watched. I think at least about 5. He's doing every day. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, the goods of the world, the what's names of the world. Y'all doing more media than us, though. y'all try to make it seem away back then. Y'all doing more videos than us. Just letting y'all know.
And
good salute. Slick walks. You're doing more than us.
Some of them don't even be like battle recaps. They be gossiping too a little bit. I'm just saying.
So you had nigga. This is not to Rosenberg Raw. It's not really even directly to Goods either. But y'all said a lot of things about us, and y'all doing it. Just saying.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened though? That check look good, don't it? Huh? Okay.
Okay.
That check look good, don't it?
I know he's gonna take a little conversation here with this one, right?
Oh, here we go. Finally, I know you want to try. Were you ducking this one? We talking all these back. Were you ducking this one?
You're not ducking this one. Goods ain't do it.
Here we go.
This person ain't do it, right?
Hit the like button. The show starts now. Let's go.
Smo. What we doing with Geechi Easy the Black Captain, sir? Floor is yours.
It's been, in my opinion, in terms of just straight winning streak, really is up there with the Clips early 2010. In my opinion, the best winning streak in battle rap history. But it ends 9-16. I got Geechi Gotti 2-1 clear over Easy the Block Captain. I do have it being an incredible battle. It is the biggest battle. It is what we all wanted. 2 of the prime, real best of the best there. Style-wise, it's everything that we want. And Easy is a great counter right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the greatest, man. He's done some really incredible stuff. But there's nobody that you want walking in with all these angles, all the noise. There's no one that's better at keeping outside noise and making the crowd receive it than Geechi Gotti. The way he's looked this year, listen, man, he's been given 100% effort to Bad News, Tebow. So what do you think is going to happen when he has the biggest battle of 2023? At first, the Philly part, I thought really helped Easy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much New Jersey's going to help him. It ain't that far. You know what I'm saying? So we going to see how this changes it up.
Wait, can I add one part in there for everybody that doesn't know the geographical part aspect to this? You know, it being in Jersey. So I got multiple addresses. Not going to get too much into my life. I tap it in, and it's basically about 40 minutes from a Philly address. Just letting you know, so I can get 10 of my guys to go to that event easily. Just saying, me personally, I've been to Ballot Academy events before. I bring 5-6 people because it's close. So I think that is still very close. But go ahead, just let you know that he still can make it kind of Philly in that bitch.
Remember, they were saying, oh, that crowd was just there for Easy in New York. But it's still different from being, I think, in the pits. You know what I'm saying? It's different if they've been battling the TLA or something. That's something that you got to consider. So it doesn't change it up too much, but I do think even if it did happen directly in Philly, I still would have had Geechi. I'm really confident. I think he's been different, and Geechi gets hella love up there too. This is not somewhere where he's hated by any means.
That's a fact.
I just think that it's been a long time since we talked about Twork being 8 out of 10 versus Holla. I think you got a lot of 8 out of 10 Geechis over the last few years, and that's still great. Just shows how great he is to have the wins and some of the, in 2021, I didn't even think he was 10 out of 10 the entire year. The man got a belt. You know what I'm saying? But this one, I think it's the first time in a long time you're going to see a 10 out of 10 Geechi Gotti. That's what I'm predicting, and I think Easy's going to be great. I'm hoping for Classic. It definitely has all the elements to be in that direction, but picking going in, man, I'm confident what he's got going in, and I'm riding very confidently with Geechi winning that battle.
Prior to the announcement of Easy and Geechi, I had Geechi, and I still have Geechi. Like, I'm sorry, for me, here's the thing. I feel like
Here we go.
Blac make the point of saying that, like, you know what I'm saying, if you look at some of the tough matchups that Easy has had, it's been a newer generation guys. The reason why is because they showcase a little bit more than than just angling and, you know what I'm saying, accolades talk, whatever. They attack you, they punch, they can rebuttal, they can do a myriad of different things. Geechi is one of the most well-balanced battlers in battle rap. If you want angles, if you want back-to-back punching, if you want current events, if you want aggression, like moments, like he encapsulates all of that. And on top of that, you don't think Geechi's sitting back thinking about like all the people saying they're like, oh my God, Easy's the best in the world right now. You don't feel like he like feels slighted about that. Like you guys are talking about like Easy's on record saying that like Geechi's going on record saying that like Easy's having this amazing run because he's battling 4 times a year. What about me when I was battling Roc, Surf, Arsenal back to back and 10 other people on top of that? You know what I'm saying? Like he was being diplomatic when he said like, you know, we shouldn't really compare the runs, but I know deep down he's pissed off that people are trying to give, you know what I'm saying, Easy the torch, and he feels like Easy hasn't even seen all the people that Geechi has seen. And then on top of that, you give the ammunition, like JSmo said, the ammunition of all the angles that he can build off of. The fact that he is locked in for every battle this year. Like he was like did you guys see how great he was against Bad News with money on the floor? You guys see that? Like he was locked in for a battle like that. So imagine what he's gonna do against Easy. And on top of that, I feel like Easy is battling the most well-balanced battler he's ever faced in his career. And I know we say every battle, oh, this guy's the one. Oh, this guy's the one. This guy. No, this is the one. This is the one. And then on the side, I want to say that like if Easy can pull off this win, then to me that'll be the most impressive win out of all of them. Even with it being close to Philly or whatever. Like the fact that he's facing Geechi, one of the most well-balanced battlers, and the guy like and like again, like someone said, like you have to beat the champ to be the champ. I always felt like Geechi was still the face to a degree. I know people were saying like Easy's on an impeccable run, but nobody is held like has had the run that Geechi's had. Like nobody's done it. So for me, I still feel like Geechi's always been the champ. So for me, Geechi's going to go in there and prove why he's still one of the greatest to do it. I have Geechi Gotti 2-1 in this battle. But I do think that Easy's going to be great because he has to be great. If you're not great, it could be a rough night. But I have Geechi Gotti 2-1.
Could it be a rough night, Lang?
I mean, we haven't seen Easy have a rough night. I mean, in some time, like in this recent run or whatever. So I can't just openly say like, oh, it's going to be a rough night. You know what I'm saying? Because like Easy has been put against the fire multitude of times. It came out unscathed. So I won't say that. But
get out that first round with Geechi.
You said what?
Do you think he can get out that first round of Geechi Gotti?
Well, it's not the matter of him getting out the first round. He got to get all 3 of them. Like so the first round is not the first. Well, you get out the first round.
But to lose the first would be dangerous.
But what happens when he has a real talk third? What happens if he starts talking about his boss talk? Because Geechi Gotti, as much as like and here's the thing, what makes Geechi Gotti dangerous is that like again, those older guys that he's going up against, they do a lot of accolades talk. What happens when Geechi Gotti can do both the accolades talk, the streak talk, plus the angles that he already has to build from? He has a collection of things that he can touch on. He has the accolades. He also has his own league, so he's also his own businessman. He also can do whatever he wants. That's a talking point. So yeah, no, I just think Geechi has a lot to pull from, and I think he's pissed off. Like there's a reason why he's taking coffee in this battle back to back. He want to be in that particular zone for that time period. So yeah, no, but I think Easy's going to be good in the battle. Though. I think it's going to be, you know, a good battle. I don't think Easy's just going to roll over because he can't. But I have Geechi Gotti in this battle.
Go.
Oh, go ahead. You said go. Go ahead, speak. You just said go. Bro, you just go ahead. Literally just said go. Go ahead, speak.
I want to hear what you got to say, sir. Go ahead, sir.
We are here. I do what I want. Chrome 23 on the 16th, live in close to Philly. It's close to Philly. Salute. That's no shot. That's what it is. That's what y'all selling tickets there. This is the most important battle of the year. You know what I'm saying? And that's me knowing this battle, that battle. You got some pretty impactful battles that's about to happen that already happened. But this right here is the most impactful and important battle of the year. I feel like belts is on the line at this point. That can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? I think Easy the Block Captain, one of the most important battles also in the past of this year was Hitman Holla. If you're able to beat Hitman Holla and Geechi Gotti, that means a lot for what we do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know, you know, shout out to, I think y'all know what we do up here. That means a lot. But, you know, people are working. But not to get into that. Stay focused 3. Grab that water. Hold on one second.
And the disaster battle and the reject battle.
Yeah. But, you know, these two are the big ones. Hitman and Easy. Hitman and Geechi is 2 big ones. My initial pick was Easy the Block Captain. I felt like in this position, he is under pressure and he has to stay focused because you can't lose. The allure about him, the mystique about him is that he can like say, my last since I've resurged, I haven't lost. You can argue the Danny, obviously. You can argue the chess. The people are saying that he won against Fonz. It was a judge battle. I think that's the loss. But, you know, the people are saying, so he has no losses in a sense, right? No losses. If you want to argue that battle, this battle, you lose to Geechi, you put it all on the line. I still think, even with the demographic change, the city change, whatever it is, you're still battling close to home. It's 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So there's still a home game for you in my mind. Because I'm not stupid. They're going to say, oh, it's Jersey. I get it. But again, that's 40 minutes away. TLA is 25 minutes away. So even if she chose TLA, it's 15-minute difference. You being that close to home on the face, you're the face of the league. You said it, Trell, you're the face of the league. He can't lose. You can't lose. And on top of that, too, it's not just a loss that's going to happen because when you're battling Geechi, what is he going to talk about? So you're not going to face a loss just like, oh, he just rap better than me. No, I'm bringing this up, that up, this up, that up, and throwing it in your face, and I'm being disrespectful with it. This is going to be a bad joint if you lose. You understand? And I am happy that I'm not salute. Again, I got no discrepancies with either party, but I'm not Team Easy. I'm not Team Geechi. This is a big battle. I will be on my Stephen A. Smith shit when this shit is done. I'm coming back to champion, and one of y'all getting lit up. Love, though. Listen, I watch y'all do commentary. Y'all light niggas the fuck up, respectfully. Easy and Geechi. So this is the battle that I will be dissecting. You hear me? Oh, Blac, you missed. I ain't missing no rounds. I'm watching every round twice in one watch in the building. You feel me?
Blac,
but it means a lot to me. I'm gonna.
Are you concerned about Geechi putting everything in the first round? Are you guys concerned about that at all? Like he packs everything in the first round?
3, come on. Don't let me
it's too much to put in all in one round.
Thank you, Lang.
It's too much. And then on top of that, it's like even if he packs it in 2, what is Geechi Gotti known for? His real talk thirds. So even if he wants to just spread it across 2, that's still a lot. And he has his real talk thirds that's infamous.
3. How deep you gonna get into this conversation? You want to just get he got a 2-1. Okay. The disaster battle just happened, and again, the way it's broken down, I love the fact they say I ain't signed no NDAs. I'm not doing that. Say whatever I want, but the Diz battle still happened. That's still a controversy that you can rework and put a narrative to, put a spin to, and attack your opponent with. I'm just saying. You muted. I can't hear you. You mute 3. You muted. 3. You're muted. You guys say it again. Say it again. You missed the whole bar.
No disrespect to disaster, right? But they wouldn't hear these words come from Geechi Gotti's mouthpiece. That's what the fans want to hear it. And I think a lot of people are going to catch strays that night. And I think it get ugly.
They're going to catch rounds. Fuck a stray.
He's going to mean run. I do got to see somebody beat him. Now, counter right him, Blac. That's what about earlier. Can I really win this battle?
If done right, yes. If done right, and the thing about it, we're saying counter angle and neutralizing. Don't Geechi Gotti specialize in that shit too?
Absolutely.
And to be honest, but to be honest and to be fair, you know what I'm saying? Easy versus Diz was booked 90-second rounds, but y'all kind of went 3 minutes though. Y'all kind of went 2.5, 3 minutes. Just saying, And y'all had a pretty, I think, 4-minute third in a sense. To me, Geechi Gotti was more impressive versus Diz. Geechi Gotti was more impressive, and even, but then again, he had, to be fair, he had more time. I'm just saying, so neutralizing, counter-writing, Geechi did that versus Diz. Yeah. Accolades talk, he kind of like, yo, I'm this, I'm that.
Though, respectfully.
Okay. You're right. But this is Geechi though too. I mean, listen. I'm gonna stay with my pick. I'm seeing things change. I'm seeing more elements added. I'm gonna stay with my pick. Easy to block, Captain 2-1.
And then in terms of like the counter-writing situation, right? One thing that we talked about in the gold space is that like having the aptitude to be able to counter-write is great, but when there's so much ammunition and you're playing defense the whole time, that could take away from your rounds and your material. Because if you're just saying like, if you're just kind of like defend yourself and you're not attacking your opponent, then you kind of hurting yourself in the battle. You're handicapping yourself in a way in the battle. And my thing is like he has to. And counter writing is only effective when it actually is tailored towards what your opponent actually said. What if like Geechi Gotti like pump fakes on one thing and you have a whole round about it, and he's talking about a whole other thing in the other round? So again, having the ability to do it is great, but at the same time, you also have to attack.
And the thing about it too, I feel like he Easy shouldn't get too comfortable with the Diz battle, because in the Diz battle, he ain't really got to address nothing. He ain't really have to counter nothing for real. If you really pay attention and break that shit down.
He saved that for this battle, Blac. He saved that counter writing.
Hopefully he did, battle, because you know, like the same way Rosenberg Raw and Charlie Clips, it's a different dynamic when he puts the ball in your court for you to answer. I feel like Diz didn't make him answer to nothing. I feel like Geechi Gotti can like, yo, this is your turn. Talk about that. And he's going to have to put what he was supposed to do in the Diz battle, which he really didn't have to do in this battle. He had to answer some stuff or, rework some stuff. So I think I'm going to go back to the first trailer when Remy and Easy was playing chess. Hopefully, they really playing chess. Yeah, because I think, from it going to Philly to Jersey, that's like Loki might be a chess. I don't know. Is that a chess move?
Elaborate. Say that, sir.
It just makes things a little awkward, because again, if you're preparing for a battle in Philly, it says live in Philly. A lot of times MCs, their content is tailored to that. Again, like I said earlier, your cheesesteak bars, your Kensington, this Gilly is not. It shouldn't hit the same, because maybe you gotta think these guys got fans all over the world. Somebody that probably wouldn't went to Philly for the event, but it's in Camden, which again was very close to Philly. Oh, that's about 45 minutes from me now. They might go. So you might get a lot of Jersey people in the building. You might get a lot of New York people, as opposed to literally being in Philly and getting an entire Philly audience there. So could that be a chess? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how they do it. Just saying.
Couldn't this battle be a classic, Smo?
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to say is between this battle and Will and Hitman, I'm expecting either of these battles to be the best battle of 2023. We talked about it a little bit. I mentioned it with SM when I was talking about the competitive matchups, about self-motivation. You know what I'm saying? What ends up leading to the best battles isn't necessarily the best rappers. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times best rappers give you good battles. Things are disappointing, but it's about, I really care. Like, I desperately want to defeat the other person. With Will and Hitman, that's a whole other story, but we know the motivations over there and how they've been talking. And when you look at this battle, I think Blac says it best. For the fact that Easy's run has been so great, if you clearly lose this one, which funny enough I'm predicting to do, but if you do clearly lose this one, boy, you ain't seen nothing yet about what they've been saying on them. Even all
good God,
Easy on the internet, that night is a story. You know what I'm saying? And the other way, if Easy beats Geechi Gotti, probably the best one of his career. And we're talking about a guy who's had Calico and SM, pretty much cleared Tay Shine, with an audience in attendance. Destroyed good. You know what I'm saying? With already a bunch of wins on his name, this is the one, and it's kind of lazy, take in my opinion. People are like, oh, he can't beat no one from the new era. He's just beating Watch Light. BK Shine, he counted 50 people. But if he wins this one, this is the one.
Lang, let me ask you a question. Do you feel Easy has to win this battle, or should Smo just talk about it? People like battling all the quote-unquote veteran legends past their prime?
I mean, honestly, I just feel like because let me get this. I feel like he's beaten varied comp. Like I do think that like he has his wins over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he won a couple like he won a battle in the tournament. So obviously, and he has a debatable with Fonz there, right? He's also had a good battle with Danny, a good battle with Chess. He also beat Cal, K Shine, Hitman, stuff like that. So the new era part only plays a role in the fact of like the skill sets that he's going up against, as opposed to like him actually needing to be someone of this generation. The thing about this battle is it's more or less about like who's the best battler in the world, because you have Easy calling himself the best battler in the world, and there's a lot of like if Uncle Raw is asking people who you guys have as the best battler in the world, Easy is saying this. You don't think battlers feel away with Uncle Raw like asking them like Easy's the best battler in the world? Like, you don't think Geechi feels away? You know what I'm saying?
YouTube check, but go ahead.
Right. So for me, it's just like I think it's more or less about just proving it's old fashioned. I mean, granted, yeah, there's talking points and stuff like that, but this is literally an old fashioned like title match of like who's the best. And I think for the most part, I kind of like it that way. I kind of like the fact they don't have no real personal grievances. I like the fact that like it's going to be based around like
they might as well have personal grievances. They might as well. It's about to get nasty.
Well, see, that's different. So, are we saying we're in agreement this battle is going to be messy? Is that what we're saying? Extra messy? It's not about
personal.
Both. It's going to get super messy and like, professional.
Messi can get to the point of like we've seen some Messi battles go the wrong way. Like I think Messi is when it gets so dramatic. Now we're getting bumping. Now we're getting like bullshit. Now we're getting like people not even really talking about bars, just talking about things. These are still assassins, two of the best in the world, two of the top 5 to 7 battle rappers in the world. So I think it'll be personal, but I don't think it's gonna get like weird or bizarre because it's getting so personal.
Well, let me piggyback on something Geechi said this morning in the spaces. He said to Verb and them in the spaces this morning, he plans on going viral. That's what he said to Verb this morning in the space. This morning, Lang. He said this morning in the spaces, y'all. It was me, Mickey Fax, Bill Collector, all of us asked Geechi about the battle. This man said, I quote, I'm going viral.
Maybe it is going to get messy. You know what I'm saying? That definitely could change the perspective on it. If basically a battler is saying I'm going viral, and we know Messi goes viral, you know what I'm saying? I could definitely see it going that way, man. I could definitely see it. By the way, y'all, I gotta head out. I got some stuff going on at the door and stuff right now. But I wanted to say, wait, you on mute right now, 3.
Smart, appreciate you coming out to rock with me, my brother. I really appreciate you, man.
Of course, it's an honor being up here, man. And for anybody watching, I'm saying JSmo reviews on YouTube, man. Always working and with the master work right here. You know what I'm saying? Up here with a lot of goats today. So appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Word. Lang, talk to me, man. So if Easy wins this battle, what we doing, Lang?
Like I said, man, if Easy wins this battle, then for me, let's just do it on a micro scale, right? If he wins this battle, beating Hitman, Reed, Disaster, and Geechi, that coveted champion of the year thing that he's been chasing for a couple of years. He says he's not chasing it. He says he's not chasing it. He's not chasing it. That's fine.
He said he's not. I'm just saying what he said. You don't care about it.
You battle rappers, stop lying because
that's what they said, though.
Let me say this right quick, Black. I got your back. I interview a lot of you niggas, and when champions get conversations spoken about, when we having a conversation with you niggas make sure you talk about that shit all the time. Last year, a lot of you niggas were mad. So I'm gonna be champion of Suggs, all you niggas. So I don't
only do one.
Yeah, so the coveted belt that everybody wants, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially him in particular, because he felt strongly about 2021 or whatever. It may be up for grabs, you know what I'm saying? It puts him in position, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I think that the fact that he already has beaten a god tier battler in a Hitman. He's already beaten someone from the new era, and he's already beaten the face, in my opinion, of the new era. And Geechi Gotti is like, fuck, he may be the best battler in the world. And then you could potentially talk about him and Mook down the line, which they were already talking about that, but now that just makes that battle even bigger. You know what I'm saying? So for Easy doing this, it shows them that this guy is just like fireproof. Like he can fight through any situation. You know what I'm saying? And then like if Geechi Gotti has all this ammunition and still loses the battle, then it's like How do you beat Easy the bot captain? Like how do you?
John Surf thing where John had a lot of shit to work with. He still didn't beat Surf. This is a little different.
Surf firepower is different though.
Yeah, I was
Surf firepower, like that's just. I'm just saying, this is not the same.
What are y'all looking for in the first round, though? Because I think if Geechi's up 1-0, that's gonna be very interesting to see, man.
I mean, truthfully, like, again, I think this is going to be predicated on all the stuff in between. Because for me, it's like I've seen Easy lose the first round before, get punched in the mouth before, and find a way to take the last 2 rounds.
Cal, you're right. Cal.
You could argue Test. You could argue, or there's a couple battles where like the first round is close or whatever, and he just pulled away towards the end. But for me, it comes down to, and again, like I said, the thing about Geechi is that like we know, like if he gets into that real talk third, like the same way that we say like if Tay Roc gets into his second round or if such a Hitman gets into his first round, like each Gotti has the third round. So like if he finds a way to take one of the first 2 rounds convincingly, and he still has that real talk third that he can deliver, then we're talking about like, okay, he's in a dangerous spot.
Easy, you're gonna sweat, my brother. You are gonna.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have to know that you are going to.
He low key was sweating versus Diz a little bit.
Huh?
See, he was low key sweating a little bit versus Diz, just a little bit.
Absolutely.
But he's gonna be Tay Roc sweating in this battle. This is gonna be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I think for both of them, it just means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Geechi Gotti went on record said that he's trying to get his 4th belt. That's what he said. That's literally what he said. He said, "I'm trying to get my 4th belt." He said, "I know I was playing last year. Y'all felt away about the Holla and Mook battle and all that." But he said, "I'm not playing this year." And he mean that on every level. He's not playing this year. But yeah, like for Easy, if he does pull this battle out, it's like there's not much I can say, and there's no more predicting against Easy if he wins this battle, in my opinion.
That's what I'm on. That's what I'm kind of on right now. I rock Geechi heavily, but it's like Easy been going back to back, so I'm kind of going with him because of that. It's on his league. He says the face off, and it's basically in Philly, but it's not in Philly, but it is in Philly, but it's not in Philly. It's 40 minutes away from Philly, depending on what part you're from. Yeah, I think he got to win. Let me ask y'all this though. So we talking about the angle and this angle that. Who has to go first?
I mean, if you're talking about, I think neither of them are gonna deliberately want to go first. Like honestly, because here's the thing. The reason why I say that because Geechi is known to go first. But here's my thing. I feel like with how strategic both of them are gonna try to be, they're gonna want to have the last word. Easy should not go first. He should not go first. Geechi can rebuttal, and he can also counter right. So on that side of it, right. Geechi shouldn't. Geechi, on the other hand, he has more of a leeway of going first if he wants to. But even still, with Easy's counterwriting ability, you kind of really don't want to give Easy the opportunity to kind of rebunk what you're saying. So that's why I think this may be a situation where like whoever wins the coin toss and decides to go second may have the upper hand. Because I don't feel like any of them are going to willingly want to go first. Maybe Geechi, because Geechi is just ruthless in that regard. But I know for sure Easy doesn't want to go first.
Do you think Easy gonna have to open up about certain things? Easy gonna have to like beat Geechi to certain points?
I think so. You can't let if we're on the same page and they do what we think they're gonna do. There's no way Geechi can go a round or 2 rounds and say what he said we're expecting him to say, and you don't have some sort of counter to that. This is not a 90-second, I'm going to go with a 2-minute battle. This is a 5-minute joint. When you battle Hitman, your first round was how long? Oh, it's that type of battle. I got a full-length battle. This is a full-length battle. Yeah. I mean, you can Eminem 8 Mile go first if you want. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that could work.
He might have to do that, but like we joking and shit, but he might have to do that.
But 3, let's keep we here to talk, man. Fuck it. But nothing happened. So like, what do you even? How dangerous do you want to get there? Because if nothing transpired, then what is even to talk about? If anything, about y'all talking about this, y'all believe this shit. Nothing happened, niggas. Fuck y'all talking about? Nothing happened. Y'all let him sit up here. Can he do that? Maybe. I don't know.
All I know is when he goes, is Geechi Gotti versus. Whatever he adds in after that, it's gonna be very interesting.
His opener is gonna be ridiculous.
I think the Diz battle helped both of them because now Geechi got to see what didn't work for Diz, and I feel like for Easy he get to see what I might need to do. I'm just saying.
All right, fellas, man. We shall see, man. Big battle rap weekend this weekend, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Looking forward to that, man. My brothers, I appreciate y'all, man.
Salute real fast. Shout out to M.Lang and JSmo. You gotta follow these brothers, man. You see how they talk. They can break down they can do everything at this point. If you like battle rap, a lot of us we don't touch on this topic, that topic. I'm known for that. Jay Blac, I'm good on that, man. I ain't even focus. I couldn't even watch what he said. I can't put it together. But battle rap content, these brothers got it, and that's what they do consistently. Very analytical. They watch damn near every battle. You can reference a Febo versus Geechi. He could break that down right now. People can't even see that battle.
Lang's battle rap memory is crazy.
Yeah. This man be saying, Jay Blac, you said this in 2020. Like, damn, I forgot what I said.
Man, I'm about to say I'm a student.
I forgot what I said. Why you telling me what I said? I forgot.
Yeah, but I just want to thank you guys for sure for the look. 3, as always. Jay Blac, as always. You know what I'm saying?
How lit are we in this weekend, fellas? How lit are we in this weekend for Max?
Hey, I'm trying. I got my ticket in my flight book. I just got to find a ride to the airport because that's my only little hurdle I have to get through. But yeah, no, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be packed in there. I'm gonna try to get there early so I can find a good spot. So
hold up. Let me say this right now. Shout out to YouTube and how the algorithm works. We on caffeine a lot anyway. But you know how I'm the last person to put a review up every time for the past 3 years. Immediate. Y'all getting this work ASAP. The second is done. Blac. What's up? The second is done. I got y'all.
St. Louis 0-3.
3, don't start this. We trying to end the show. 3. Don't start this. Hitman
I got 10, 15 minutes if you want to go there. I'm just saying.
Hitman 2-1. Averb 2-1 and the dog 2-1. So I don't know how you got STL 0-3. Make that make sense. 3. Again, I'm gonna say this again. While we're here on his channel, you can have to owe an apology. That's blasphemy that you're doing. That's blasphemy, sir. That's blasphemy.
I would say this, though.
Yeah, it's blasphemy. 0-3. The Syrupus, Hitman, Young Ill, Averb. What they've done for the Midwest movement. You gonna sit here and say 0-3?
Can I ask y'all opinion about Hitman, though? Why is this man respectfully? Why is he running around acting like the culture doesn't respect him when he's million view Holla? You can't be million view Holla.
That's just view.
I think that's just
Tekashi got a million views.
Like when you got a multitude of battlers, not battlers, but when you got a multitude of fans saying like Hitman can't rap, that's gonna hit him in the core. Like as much as he's a million view Holla, Hollywood, Holla, whatever. At the core, he's a battle rapper. He's one of the most competitive battlers that you could name in the culture. And when you have someone saying like, "Oh, you can't be ill will in a small room, you can't rap and all that," of course he's gonna feel away. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think
dealing with his whole career, Lang. You and I both know that.
And he's still competitive. He's still as competitive as he was back then. So he's still gonna be pissed off when you say it today. It doesn't matter how many times you hear it. He's still gonna feel away.
Hitman, 90% of the time when you battle people, they use your material against you, brother, all the time.
Exactly, but he's still gonna feel away because he
where's the respect though?
That's what I'm saying. Like he's Hitman Holla. He feels like, how did I get here if I couldn't rap? Like, how did I get here if, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just because I am the innovator of performance and one of the best performers of all time, it was my rapping that brought me to the dance. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's just that competitive. Like, I feel like the competitive nature of Hitman is he's always going to have a grievance with what you're saying if it's not for him. That's just his energy. And it is what it is. And truthfully, I feel like a lot of battlers need to be like that. I feel like a lot of battlers should defend their craft as much as Hitman does. Like a lot of you battlers, y'all don't defend y'all case. Y'all don't defend y'all craft like he does. People see it as complaining, which sometimes he does go overboard and complain. But for me, I see it as somebody like
it was 70-30. Why he should complain? Y'all got this man losing by 70%. 3. Is that respectful?
Am I right? He's never lost.
Is that respectful?
Lost back-to-back battles?
Yes, he's never lost back-to-back battles. Right?
People lied and said he lost to Cassidy. If you want to say him and Calico's debatable, I'm okay with that. But like
that,
people
that was disrespectful. And what y'all doing? Oh, Hitman got booed in a second because that's why he lost. Cass got booed more than Hitman. It's like y'all didn't even want to break that battle down. I had to do 5 blogs, 5 production videos. Like, yo, what y'all doing? Standing on 10 toes down, in my opinion. I was attacked. For saying that the Hitman won. That's disrespectful.
And even if you want to say like, even if you want to say has he ever lost back to back, it was like way, way, way back in the day. You got to contextualize. Here's the historian talk, right? Even if you want to say like, let's say Goods and Averb back to back, right? Goods was a 1-rounder. Let's contextualize that part. Right. And Averb had one of his best performances of all time, and that's a classic battle. This whole like, oh, such and such, like, and that's another thing too. Like, we can say people lost or whatever, but let's also contextualize and say the outliers, right? He battled one of the best Averbs of all time in a personal battle, right? And this was a 1-rounder. But if you look at all that in between, no, he hasn't lost back to back. I can't name how many times he's lost back to back.
That man be shining Tay Roc. I'm gonna always give him respect on that. A lot of people that
when people predicted him to lose, people were saying that he was scared of people. People were saying that he was scared of Shine. People were saying he was scared of Tay Roc. When he do back-to-back XM battles, he beat both of them. People were saying like, "Oh, he's too Hollywood. If he battled this bill collector now, he will lose." He did what he did.
Wait. How do you feel? How do you feel? Because he put it on Twitter. I think he's serious. He's willing to bet 20,000 that he beats Well, what do you do with that? That's not motive. That doesn't help your case. They're like, oh, why you want to bet that much? Hitman, first of all, you're lucky. I'm not rich. I'm a broke person. I ain't got money like that. But you lucky that I'm going for you because keep throwing that money around, bro. Shout out to Loso. You see what happened to Loso? Keep throwing these bets around. Say it again.
You got Hitman beating Ill Will?
Yeah. Shout out to Ill Will. Huh?
I got Hitman too. I think the
Midwest bias from M.Lang.
Nah,
relax. Here's the thing. For me, it's well, let's break this down really quick. Ill Will did great in the face-off, but it might have hurt him in the battle. And the reason why I say that, you called.
He should have kept that Jordan on the Wizards. He should have kept that though,
bro. He told Hitman, "You're playing for the Wizards." That's the quietest I ever seen Hitman in a face-off.
He was like,
he's like Hitman is now. He's like, you know what? Like if he said he was already finished, right? But ARP just said after the face-off, he said Hitman was like, okay, I gotta restructure some things. I'm just saying. There's gonna be a locked-in Hitman in a small room. And my thing is like, I feel like the easy battle. I truthfully feel like Hitman overthought what he had to do in that battle. All he had to do was the first round over and over again. The second round, he did something different or whatever. The third round, once again, trying to.
His start was actually pretty solid. I think he messed it
wasn't
up.
That bad.
He messed it up. The mics and him keep saying, "Oh, the Hitman look good on camera." He said that about 15, 20 times. Your third was pretty solid, bro.
In the blue room, everything looks good on camera. So with him, all he has to do is go in there and rap. He's in a good spot to win this battle, man. But I do think that Ill Will, you know what I'm saying, is going to be great. He's always great. Ill Will's one of the most consistent, like the chameleon in a battle rap. If you want whatever type of style you need, a back-to-back puncher, an intricate pin, someone that's charismatic, someone that can perform, someone that can freestyle, you can pick Ill Will and put him in any of those buckets, right? But when it comes down to like you playing with somebody's legacy and you playing with someone's name, I've seen Hitman answer that call. Hitman versus Suggs, they was playing with his name. Hitman versus Shine, they was playing with his name. Hitman versus Tay Roc, they said Tay Roc was the face of battle rap in that time period, right? He went in there and handled business. This is the one.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
But hold on, another reason why I feel like Hitman is not just about what we say, the fans and the supporters, whatever. It's the fact that it's called battle rap. Battle rappers, battle rapping, it still got rap in it. And every time y'all do a face-to-face of attributes, Ill Will in the face, so this is about performance. I can rap better. And they say it so confidently too. I can rap better than you. What? Man, you know I can rap better. Everybody face like you know I can rap better than you. Like, why are you even arguing like that? That's disrespectful.
We're saying too much in the face-off that you beat all the performers. You didn't beat Hitman yet, though. Respectfully.
It's different. The performers were with K-Shine and Hitman. Who else? So I mean, just saying. Like Jack too.
Jack.
Hold on. Speaking of the face off, that was a really good face off. But I think in about 30 minutes and something was said. Is it okay if we just touch on it right here on your platform? So, I check with my team as far as certain things being said that you can't do this, you can't win over there because that on our side that's BS. Somebody could have told him that, but that's nobody from my team. And honestly, I think you should say who said it. Champion of the year get attacked anyway. We get thrown to the bus anyway. We get shitted on anyway. You ain't protected me. And shout out to Ill Will. I rock Ill heavily. I think he's very dope. I think he's one of the best battle rappers in the world. But I think you should just say who told you that. I had no problem with that. Say who said it. Just saying. Wow. Because this year it depending on how shit go, it might prove a lot. And make people look kind of strange. Not him, again, because he's a battle rapper. But I'm saying people in general. Just saying.
If Young Ill beats Big K, Lang, and Blac,
we talked about upsets. This would be upset
of the year.
Salute to Young Ill because Young Ill is and shout out to our 2K rating or whatever. We gave a lot of praise for his legacy or whatever because we know how impactful he is. His current rating may not match up with the legacy. That's because he hasn't given us much to go off of. Young Ill, man, you just got to go in there and prove what's wrong. And if you do that, you're gonna get a lot of apologies from everybody.
Oh yeah, I don't think that. No, who outside of STL peoples, who has Young Ill winning? Nobody. On top of that, too, you got to think with the run that Big K is on right now, very good. He's in a prime position, and I know of another battle he got, and then he wants to battle 3 times after that. Woo! I can't wait. Let me just break down that work when it's time. Let me do what I do when it's time. Because if you're gonna give us that work, yeah, shout out to Big K. But to hit a roadblock in Young Ill, even if you think he's garbage, he's ass, I ain't got it. No, you got to come. At the end of the day, your name is your name, and what you got going on is on the line as well. Low key, you can't lose to Young Ill.
And one thing I will say is that blue room loves the rappers, loves people that can rap. Young Ill can rap. I think people really try to hone in on the Briz performance, right? The John John performance or whatever. Those were kind of for sure the Briz performance was on a stage. The John John performance is somewhat of a stage, right? So you kind of have to the Heartless battle, but nonetheless, I feel like his ability to rap has never went away. He still showed me that he can rap in those performances, right? I feel like in a small room with the energy of STL in the building, and you just got to go in there and rap. Young Ill is one of the best pure rappers in battle rap too. Now you're also going against another person that can rap really well too in Big K or whatever in this generation.
Thank you. I would have said if you did
for
say
sure,
yeah,
sure.
Thank you.
But I will say that the comfortability might be there for Young Ill because smaller room, you just rap your material, whatever. You don't really have to worry about the crowd being rambunctious or whatever. But the thing is, it would be different if he was going against someone that didn't have a hot streak like Big K does right now. Big K is rapping at a high level, angling at a high level, just being an overall great battler. You know what I'm saying? These past few battles.
I would say this: if Easy and Big K loses, this champion of the year for 2023 is gonna be effing crazy. What we doing if Big K and Easy loses?
We still got.
No, let me say this: it's not over. People have won champion of the year with an L in their resume. Only thing I think gotta happen if you do lose, keep working though. Don't give us 4 battles, 3 battles. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. No. Keep working. Add to the resume. Win your next one. Win your next 3 or 4 ones, so that L doesn't look crazy. Just saying.
Yeah, and
but it will look crazy if you lose Young Ill.
Right, and don't roll over and die. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's the thing. We talked about and I hate to use this example because it's a prominent example, right? Danny Myers, right? He was in a prime position to win. And people try to trim it down to oh, he dropped to 10 but how did he drop to 10 if he only lost 1 battle? It's not just losing 1 battle, it's in the fashion of how you lost that 1 battle. So you have to also be sure that if you're gonna lose, if you do lose a battle, it better be a good effort in that loss. You can't roll over and die in that battle and expect to be a place in the high regard. You know what I'm saying? So it's also you have to take out, and as crazy as it sounds, it has to be an honorable loss. It can't be a situation where oh, you lost enough, you got bodied or whatever, you just rolled over, or it can't be a situation where you lost in an ugly battle too, because then that puts a sour taste in our mouth as well. So, but again, I feel like with Big H's track record this year, it's very hard for me to go against him in this battle because he's just been really, really great this year.
Hold on, real fast. Shout out to 3. He's supposed to be on the champion year panel. I'm saying no, there's one coming up. The one coming up, 3. And shout out to 3. I'm gonna say.
I tell people all the time, it is not because of Jay. Oh, why the Jay Black? Never because of Jay Black.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lang can get on me too. Lang just told me I gotta pop out.
We gonna get you this year. So shout out to 3. I'm gonna say this too while we're here. Battle rappers too. For rules and stuff, anything that you don't understand, you can always hit me up. People keep saying what someone else may have.
Rappers as part of the panel, fellas. Do we want that?
I'm gonna try to mix it up. Because I think people that's supposed to be in the panel, I'm like, they can't be in the panel. I talk to them like, you can't be in the panel.
Don't watch battles like us, fellas.
That's what I was gonna say. For me, I like. Here's the thing, because I feel like for the optics of it, fans will probably appreciate battlers being on the panel because they get the battlers inside. I can 100% understand that, you know that. But at the same time, it's like
with substance.
I will get personal satisfaction seeing a battler go on the panel, see how strenuous the process is, then to come off the panel and say thank you to the people that did it before. That's the one thing that like I personally want them to be on the panel so they can understand the battles that we have to watch, how we have to break down things, and how meticulous the fans are. Because they'll critique one misstep that you said in like one of your points, and then all of a sudden, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
8 hours.
So I would appreciate battlers being on the panel just so they can appreciate what it takes for someone like myself, Smoke, or whomever else has been on the panel.
I think they give up.
Bad Money, Tony Bro, you know what I'm saying? To see all the work that we do and breaking down battles, watching every battle, remembering everything, structuring everything, standing on our points, and taking the criticism for actually the panel as well too. So I would actually appreciate seeing the battler on the panel.
Shameless plug. Geechi want to talk.
Geechi's hit. He want to talk now?
He said to me, "Can we talk?"
Oh shit! I forgot it's not live.
I can't make this up. One more.
Hello.
Head ice and show off. What are we doing with that? I got show off. Clearly be head ice. I got what?
Shout out to Wolf. I got show off though. I got show off.
Yeah, I got show off as well. But I will say, if Head Ice gets into that JC bag, then I'm interested because it's a small room. Like I said, they appreciate the rappers or whatever.
House.
They have a little bit of tension there too, so that adds to the battle. But I think Show Off has been very consistent. The last time he was in the blue room against Trez, really, really good. I'm edging Show Off in this battle.
Last question: what's the real main event for Max Out? What's the real main event in your opinion?
I always do this, but I think niggas gonna get sensitive now if I do it now. But Champion has a long history of changing the main event. Like I think we changed O-Red versus A-Word to main event one time.
I did.
Yeah. So if we could do it now, we would do A-Verb versus A-Word as main event. It's just too much on the line. I think it's a lot on the line for Hitman and L. Will, but it's like the shit talking has. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. This is no attack. Shout out to River Entertainment. A-Word and A-Verb need 3 face-offs. They should have one a week ago. They should have one today, and they should have one the day before. There's no way. It's no way. And this is what I think happened. I think either one of them. I think either A-Verb doesn't want to talk. So I'm not even gonna blame RBE. Shout out to RBE. I think A-Verb probably doesn't want to talk to him to the day off, and I think A-Word probably don't want to talk to him to the day off. So maybe it's one of the battle rappers.
If I had to pick one who don't want to talk, I gotta go A-Word.
But hold on, don't A-Verb be in the spaces? Don't he let A-Word up?
Never.
I don't know. So maybe it's on the battle rappers, but I think they probably don't want to talk. But I need to talk though. Y'all will literally drive that ticket. Like you can literally, and this may sound bad, but after A-Verb,
ARP should have been the champion. It should have been lit. It should have been lit.
By the way, there's another rumor about that. He's more than welcome to come here. By the way,
of course he is.
He's more than welcome to come here. If he's in the air, you can pop up. Salute. I rock with the brother. Just saying. So that's another lie, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think they can literally raise the price after A-Ward and A-Verb face off. Probably $5.
$250 at the door, fellas.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know what's crazy is that like I bought my ticket when they announced Will and Hitman, and
75,
I don't
right?
remember. I don't remember. I remember I took him in expensive already. I didn't get the on cam ticket because I was like, on cam, I really don't even want to be because I am from the Midwest. I'm a cheer equally, but there's gonna be a different type of when I'm cheering. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do remember the on-cam ticket being pricey and the general admission. But they raised the re-up that they did was even more expensive. So I don't know. I couldn't keep up with it.
I honestly, I don't really feel bad about it because if everybody tell you, this is a card about to be that, it's a card about to be that, and they gave you a regular price in the beginning, you should have copped in. We waiting for the day up. Like that's how clubs be too. You go to you buy a ticket online for a club or whatever it is. You pay random or you pay the regular $40 whatever it is, $20. Get to a club. We find out the club is lit. They're gonna raise the price on you. It's a standard procedure in a lot of places. I'm just saying. So you should have cop early. Know for the future to cop stuff early. Just saying.
Lang, one more question before I wrap up, guys. How much pressure is on these fellas, the battle rappers now? They've had ample time to get their shit right. If they don't deliver this Saturday, what are we doing? Because that mad time to get this shit right.
It's a lot of pressure because let's be real. Max Out was being compared to another card that we talked about earlier. And we've seen the outcome of the other card. So, with the battlers and with ARP himself calling it the card of the year, you have to deliver. So it's a lot of pressure.
This is no offense too. I think they're not comparable. I like to compare. And honestly, I don't really compare leagues at all. So that's the only thing you got a question on that. But I think you got to compare a big stage to a big stage in a room like this to a room like that. I think if they did a volume and in the blue room, okay, it can make sense. But I think it's just great for battle rap. Period. Like, but shit, I know how the fans gonna be, and I think with the blue room, the quality they've been giving us for this entire year, they're gonna go with this. Let's keep it above. You can't really go wrong. On top of that, they've been going right every time. The first card at the top of the year, the second card, and this it's gonna be a show. I guarantee it's gonna be a good show. I guarantee it.
Sleeper battle. Sleeper battle for Max Out is what? The sleeper battle, in your opinion, is what?
Sleeper battle. This is just me. I think that Head Ice and Show Off is gonna be a lot better than what people are saying. I think they have an actual tension between the two. I think Show Off has been really, really consistent and really, really good in these last couple battles. And I feel like Head Ice is gonna tap into something. He might tap into Lions Den Head Ice back in the day. It's a small room, blue room. I think he do, but I feel like he's gonna put a little bit more in the baggie for Show Off for sure. But I also want to say that there's 11 battles on the card or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be hard.
11, 12, 11, 12.
Yeah. But I do think that I like the undercard as well, you know what I'm saying? I like the fact that Excel's on the card, that the kid is on the card, you know what I'm saying? I also like the fact that RX is getting a shot with QB. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But that's my sleeper is Head Ice and Show Off.
That is not my sleeper battle. And this is me, because again, I think what's supposed to steal the show is the top three battles. STL versus the other guys, basically. But I think somehow, some way, the sleeper battle could be either Riggs and J Slash, because nobody got expectations for that. There's no prediction on that from what I can see. And I think they keep posting a flyer on that. I think that's one of them. But the one that I'm gonna pick for me is Goods and Calico. Goods and Calico. I think the Bloom is gonna love Calico. And Goods too, if he goes to Cypher Goods like he said he would. So I think that's my sleeper pick.
We didn't even talk about that battle, I don't think.
Cal 2-1 clear for me, fellas.
Yeah.
I got Cal 2-1 as well.
Yeah, I know a couple people that got Goods, and I think it's because they're under the inclination that Goods is going to be in that same bag that he was in with the ciphers and stuff like that, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like Cal's rapping ability, his ability to also be direct, then his track record on RB has been good. I think I have Cal 2-1. I don't think Goods is going to get washed in this battle, but I do think that again, in this situation, Calico has won a Goods since 2009, 2010. If you watch one of Goods blogs, we was like shooting that murder move for picking Calico. You see the blog behind of Cal and Goods going at it back in the day or whatever. So Cal knows what it is. Goods knows what it is. But I think that like at this point in time, I think just Calico has shown us that he's a little bit more consistent. He's been outside a little bit more than he has the past couple of years. And yeah, he's been dying to get in a small room and rap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see, you know what I'm saying, how the battle turns out. But
So
I
are
have Calico on.
we here for corner lord goods, or are we dealing with the money goods? Which one?
I'm not gonna lie. I went on record saying that like the goods I want is the goods that went against Cassidy. I think that goods was incredible. I think the goods that was attacking his opponent all 3 rounds that had a great mix of brag talk, but also had a great mix of breaking down his opponent. That's the goods I like. With a little bit of drug talk there, but like that's the goods I like. You can have your accolades talk. You can have like your dusty, you look like your bed stinks and all those catchy one-liners. But for me, it's breaking down your opponent that I appreciated from Goods. Goods versus Cassidy is still one of my favorite performances from Goods because like he really broke down his opponent and was really rapping at a high level. So that's the Goods I want him to emulate in that small room.
I would say before you wrap it up here, ARP is sitting on a battle that's on the low. I wish it got more press. Black, you know what it is already. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about respect, but he should have publicized that battle.
If it's a battle that I think it is, yeah, I think he should have. But you know, why not? I mean, he already got a whole bunch on the card anyway. He's good regardless, so I get it.
Lang, God bless you on your trip to the venue, my dude. I don't know how you're gonna concentrate.
Good luck.
That's gonna be a zoo.
Get there early and find a spot.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm a bigger guy, so maybe I can like squeeze and get to the front a little bit. But yeah man, no, it's gonna be one for the ages, honestly.
Black and Lang, I appreciate y'all, man.
Salute again. One more time, please donate the Champion of the Year. It's coming up. I think by the time this video drops, I'm putting a GoFundMe up probably today or tomorrow. So please continuously support. Again, 3 Letterman might be on the panel, and 3 Letterman, the same way they be talking about this NDA shit, you have no restrictions. You can say whatever you want. You can pick whoever you want. That's how it's been this entire time. And so if you have questions about this shit, please ask Jay Blac. It's always what someone else that I'm the conductor of this. I'm the person that's running it. Ask me if you got any questions. If somebody says something to you,
my champion, go to Jay Blac.
and tell you, I got the answers for how this shit runs, how it goes. Trust me. And we've been fair this entire time. On top of that, too, before we go, I'm going through the files. And I'm like, yo, why are we getting this? Why are we getting that? When the people that donated their bread, we've low-key aligned with their pick. The people that put the money up, whether it be, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, they get a vote at the end of the year. So when Geechi won, they picked Geechi, and we said we agree. When Nitty won, they picked Nitty, and we agreed. So all this, is for what? We're going with what y'all pick, basically. We align with the last 15% vote, so I get it, but I actually don't. When you go through the data, the analytics, it's like, what are we talking about here? And this is probably why we've been successful in terms of raising money, because the people that donate, like, oh, I see what this is. It makes sense. It's the outsiders that's not part of the process. They don't care about the process. That's so confused. Y'all don't need to be watching the panel. Y'all be watching 30 minutes of it and have an opinion. Watch the whole shit. At least watch half of it, something of it. I'm just saying.
What year is this again for Champion of the Year, Black? What year we do
this? Is going to be 2023. Wow. And it's going to be conducted in 2024, top of the year, as always.
No, I know that. I'm saying, how long has been inauguration? We've been doing this for like 5 years now, right?
This is I think this year 7. Wow. I think this is year 7. So consistently, year after year, raising money. And I'm starting to go for me early because that's what y'all said y'all wanted. Y'all said, yo, Black, start it early. Don't start it in November, December. We starting it basically now in August.
Hey, Black, don't forget to make that special video about the rules, just so like.
Oh yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Yep. Part of what I'm saying here is gonna be in there because like we gotta address a few things. Y'all playing with something that's so pure. We don't profit. We lose bread. Shout out to Lang. He put money up. I put money up. People that's want to pay, I'm like, I'm gonna put some extra money on top of this. We lose bread doing this every year, and it's like, why are we so down on it? You know what I mean? So it's so many narrative drivens against this, so many attacks on this. So I just want to thank people that's not brainwashed.
They attack, but they watch. Remember that, Black. They attack, but they watch.
Yeah, and the thing about it's like instead of attacking, I encourage y'all, I implore y'all to make your own situation. Make it better for the culture.
We good. No. See, you gonna cut the bullshit.
I'm just saying.
I want to see championship. That's it, my nigga. Respectfully to all you other niggas out there putting y'all shit out there.
Yeah.
Championship is legit. I just want to see championship, and I'm good.
And I'm gonna say this three. Every time we do champion, we bring in more people or people can see the process. You're gonna have way more respect for what we do and how we do it. Because they keep trying to make it seem like this big organization that's doing this. You're gonna be like, yo, it's just y'all? Oh, what? I'm telling you, everybody that put up to Wody and champ, like, oh shit, y'all really doing this like this. That's exactly how we're doing this. Independent. We're gonna leave it there though. I'm gonna leave it there for now.
All right. My brothers, I appreciate y'all, man. Shake my hand.
We out.
Peace and love, my brothers. Thank
Salute.
you. My guys.